Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the FNS podcast.
What it is. We're back in the building.
Oh, yeah, we back.
With a squad pop.
Yeah, he said it wasn't going to happen again no time soon. That's what he said, so.
Being dramatic as usual.
I mean, it's been a minute.
How's it even been that
2
long?
weeks.
She said 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Been 2 weeks.
What has it?
Oh, it's been 2 weeks. It hasn't been a month.
Yeah, it's.
The month I can see, but the 2 weeks part, I think
we
it's
did a show when y'all came over.
Yeah, when they came over, when we had
Yeah.
them other two over, when it was the other
Yep.
thing that wasn't like when.
Hey, I get it.
Yeah,
We did.
when they left, that's when we did it. I forgot what we talked about too.
I forgot too.
Might have been not good.
I don't know.
Well, anyway. So, I guess on the menu right now, at the moment, we're talking about the case.
To stay relevant.
The case.
To stay relevant.
With Puff Daddy, a.k.a. P.Diddy, a.k.a. Brother Love. You know what I mean?
Sean Combs.
So,
Sean Diddy, Puffy, Puff Daddy.
So since Andrea don't really know what's going on here like
Hey.
that. I mean, you just said you did.
You just
So,
said, how can you be mad at that?
So, Luisha,
And why you using real forks and knives? They got plastic joints right over there.
man, it's all
You can't
good.
cut pizza with plastic forks and
I was
knives.
just doing it.
Oh.
Look, I'm saying like, yo, so what is your thoughts on this case? Do you think P. Diddy should be getting life for this? Whatever they charge him for? Because I'm still confused what it is.
I'm just trying to figure out how the evidence is matching up with the testimony, because I mean, right now it's a bunch of people telling stories that
Stuff they was willingly doing, right?
I mean, well, it's telling stories that, like, where's the evidence to back up their story, other than it's their word against his?
Okay, so what I'm saying is, do you understand why it's a federal case? Why is it a federal case?
Well, because of the human traffic element, the type of charges makes it a federal case.
So,
And apparently drugging folks and
'Cause when-
taking advantage of them while they drugged.
okay, well, I could see that being an issue. You know what I mean? When you, the ladies he deal with, right? I guess you want to say, and guys, I guess, right? Allegedly.
Uh-huh.
So if you buy a plane ticket for them or whatever the case is, and then they come through and y'all engage in sexual acts, that's illegal?
Well, you're paying them, you know. You're paying them to come across, you know, state lines. It's just payment.
Is this not gray area stuff here?
You know, I don't know the answer to that question, because I don't know the letter of the law that well for me to say.
If porn stars, porn is a $1 billion industry. They have websites, movies and stores,
Right. Mhm.
all of that stuff, right?
Right.
Cool.
And they're called actors.
That's legal, but you can't deal with somebody, fly them out, y'all get it in and pay for their plane ticket and fly them back. That's illegal.
You're missing the whole payment for services.
But porn
You
stars is
keep
legal.
asking the question, but you're skipping over
So being a porn
the
star,
steps.
is being a porn star a service?
I don't know. I don't watch porn. I mean,
They're all
making
adults here. This is
videos.
common sense. They're having relations on camera for money.
Mhm.
Is that not a service?
they're,
Is there not a consumer paying for a service for that?
they're not paying the porn star directly. The consumer's not. They're paying for the video for it to be put online.
Right. So with porn, they view it as a legitimate job. Two of them are hired workers, and this is what they do for a living.
That's the same thing, except one is you got N1 and you got the NBA.
I don't know if that's the best illustration for it, but the thing is, so Diddy, one of the things that was said against him is that he would drug people because inside that baby oil it had some sort of drug, and then it was wild stuff. Like, just to give some minor things about it, I don't know if it's minor, but some details about it. But like, the fact that he was taking advantage of people while they were under the influence, and then he would have it recorded, and then he would blackmail them with it, to where he would say, "Oh, if you don't stay quiet about this, then I got this video about you, and I put this out there." And then
That don't even make sense though, because if you take advantage of somebody twisted, you put that out there, you showing that you are R-wording someone. Makes no sense. That makes no sense.
It does, and then you got people that probably participated not knowing that they was being videotaped, because that's another thing. Because supposedly it's illegal to record somebody with them not knowing.
That's fine, but
and then what was the other thing? The other thing was I mean, obviously he got a number of domestic violence things, but that's not what he's being charged for.
So that's not one of the charges at all.
As far as I understand.
So why is there so much testimony on him being violent and beating on Cassie if he's not being charged with
because
domestic
it
violence?
builds up the character of the person that they trying to present.
Isn't it about the racketeering? Don't that fall in line with the racketeering?
With the enterprise, the criminal enterprise?
Yeah. I'm trying to see what the case is besides him being a freak and the people he's involved with being freaks also. They all is. So these people willingly did this. So I don't agree with all of a sudden all of y'all want to come out the woodworks now and say, yeah, man,
well, see, the thing
this
is,
happened.
They probably
so
willingly
was being held against their will.
That's the thing. The blackballing or the blackmailing of the videos could be holding people against their will.
If it's illegal to record me, how you gonna put it out if it's illegal? If I say I didn't know about this,
it's knowing the right people.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
how much of this?
Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
These people, man. Listen, I don't know, man. It sounds like a lot of these people was upset because he wasn't fulfilling promises too, which is
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Cassie supposedly signed like a 10-year record deal.
So that's a long time right
or
there.
A 10 album or whatever.
Some people don't even create 10 albums, so that's crazy. But
isn't that what they signed Jello for?
Jennifer Lopez?
Like a ridiculous.
Who? Jennifer Lopez?
No. D'Angelo Ball. The Jello kid that said that he was better than Cameron.
Albums.
It was like a ridiculous amount of time.
Def Jam
did?
10 albums from him?
No, you don't want no 10 albums from that.
Man, nah, he needs.
But it was
He's not gonna be hot that long. He's not even hot now.
I know.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
You see how fast that cooled off.
He's not even hot now. Like, you gotta be
fast that cooled
you gotta
off.
be a real artist even if you're a real artist, you're not gonna be hot for that long. You just gotta put out. You know what I mean? You gotta
it's called consistency.
You gotta build your loyal fan base to where when you drop something, they gonna get it. But you're not gonna be in the main spotlight and be hot like that. You can listen to him and tell he not no real rapper.
Do you think he could get there though?
No.
Oof, dang.
Not at all. Not even close.
Ouch.
He's not a real rapper.
Before you ask.
Hey, I don't.
But he's the same one that said he a better rapper than Cameron.
He's not a real rapper. Cameron is a real rapper. Say what you want. I don't care if he's doing a sports show or not. He's rapping. So anytime he gotta dust the mic off, he can do that. But the thing is with this case, what it sounds like to me on some real stuff, if I'm being objective, it sounds like a lot of butthurt people that promises didn't get fulfilled, and now they want to tell. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that. Y'all was willing to sell out and do all this nasty stuff for things y'all thought y'all was going to get. You know what I mean? And now y'all want to tell.
I can see your point.
Nah, I don't agree with that. Everybody was grown here.
I can see your point, and not saying there ain't no validity to it, but there's other things besides sex. So we had the Kid Cudi situation where he is accused of blowing up his car, and then you got
And why didn't you call the police then?
But there's no actual physical evidence to support that it was from Diddy.
My thing
it's
is,
literally just what Kid Cudi is speculating.
My thing, he's on the podium now, right? Why didn't you say something then? Like, hey man, my car got blew up. Can y'all investigate this?
He said, I thought he said something that he was scared about his career or something.
But I thought he did call the police, didn't he?
These cats scared to go independent, ain't they?
Right, but
they scared to do that.
But then, like, the other thing too that he has a charge was like the possession of weapons with the serial number scratched off.
Who did he?
Yeah.
That they all have that. That's nothing.
Right, but that's like an automatic, like, couple year.
Even if they got him on that, he pretty much almost got time served for that. They probably can give him time served for that right now.
Whatever the case.
I mean, whatever, that means nothing. I'm trying to figure out what they gonna have stick to put him in prison for as long as they trying to put him in prison for.
Well, I'm just wondering when are they going to start presenting evidence of all of this stuff? Because that's my concern. I'm just concerned that it's just a bunch of testimony, but there's really no DNA. There's no. Why haven't they shown it in court?
This is the thing. They said they've been showing still images allegedly and stuff like that, tapes and everything like that, which whatever.
And still images can be interpreted as a lot of different stuff.
But would you agree with this? That this case, even if he make it up out of this, right? Mm-hmm. His image has been forever ruined.
I don't see how, because we all knew Diddy was doing that.
No, but not the graphic details.
I don't know if it's forever ruined, man. R. Kelly rebound twice for messing with Mike.
R. Kelly can write good music though too.
Yeah, but Diddy can produce good music too.
He's not a producer.
He does produce some music. He does produce some music.
He don't produce no music.
Well, he's involved with some big music.
He hires people, and they, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like he has good producers.
Diddy hired. He's
behind a lot of good music.
He's a good businessman, right? Jermaine Dupri is a producer.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. But the thing is, these details.
Well, let me ask you guys this: is Cassie a victim?
No.
Well,
no.
Listen.
No.
For the most part, no. But the minute that she decides that she doesn't want to live that life anymore, and he tries to force her to keep going, then from that point forward, then she can be viewed as a victim.
When you booking sessions, calling people, begging for it, and all of that, nah, man.
The moment you hold somebody against their will, then that person can be interpreted as a victim, no matter how long they've been involved.
When you call to come back.
Listen,
these people are grown here.
Yes, she's
grown.
You're right, but she left, or she apparently.
These transcripts don't make her look good at all.
Well, I will say two things can be true at the same time. She can be a perpetrator and also victim herself, and a lot of times victims they turn into perpetrators.
Right. So I guess since she was the victim at first, she can be doing the stuff she's doing now. Sound like she got out before
I am not saying anything about excuses I'm saying this
she
is
the one that propelled the raid, because she gave them all the stuff that they wanted to hear.
She got the dough and then got up out of there quick.
You know.
No, I'm not talking about the settlement money. I'm talking about her going to the feds and telling them all these details, and that's what prompted the raids in his homes in LA and Miami.
She didn't get the settlement money until years after. This is just recent.
Truthfully, this all happening because of that liquors company.
They
all know what he been doing.
Right.
All of them.
Right.
They all know what he been doing.
The moment he called them out.
All of them know what he been doing.
The moment
since
he
the
kept
90s.
talking about this whole black people not getting their fair, stuff, and calling out Ciroc, they made sure they was going to make him pay for that.
All these people that's trying to say stuff. Look, man, the details.
Because do you think Cassie even had to file a lawsuit to even get paid off? If he knows there's all this evidence against her. I mean, if she knows there's all this evidence against him, couldn't they,
that's why they settled it.
Without getting I'm saying without even it getting this far.
Well, one of the parts where Diddy messed up is where that phone call recording got leaked of him telling his kids, telling his sons, look,
so
get rid of all the pizza boxes. The same way I showed you, get rid of all them things like that. And then he was like, did so and so reach out yet? He was like, nah, Pops, ain't nobody reach out. I don't know who these dudes think they is.
Andrea just said that she tried to get money from him without getting the lawsuit situation. So my thing is, if you want justice and everything like that, why you just trying to get some money?
Because it's all about the money. That's what it is. So the thing is, look, man, everybody, all these cats is dirty. So all these cats is dirty. I look at all these people sideways, man,
But
because it was all good. Listen, it was all good when before he went down. It was all good. It was so many people involved in them parties. Doing that stuff,
you
like
know
it was
what,
so many people involved in that.
Supposedly,
You know
there's some
whatever-
celebrities that left the country that ain't came back yet. That's
There's
involved.
so many people that took part in that, and then now they want to hide now. Nah, man,
Now-
y'all freaks, man.
You know, it really just reminds me of like him just being like her pimp.
Who?
Her pimp.
I mean, okay.
And I'm like, how many of those exist?
A lot of this stuff
A
be
lot.
a lot.
That sounds like that, because that's a lot of truth to that.
Listen,
You know,
a lot
of that. So, you know, why?
I mean, you
why-
already a weirdo if you getting off of watching your wife be involved with another man.
A lot
in
of
front you.
people was into that, unfortunately. A lot of people was into that.
And
Well,
a lot
because
of
he
people,
didn't see her as a relationship. He saw her as an object, just like a pimp, you know, and he, you know, did these business dealings. What makes you think he probably wasn't getting paid for pimping her out?
Of course he was.
I would think he got something out of that.
Of course he was.
And that's the evidence I'm looking for. Where is the money that he was making? What is the financial gain for him? If you have a racketeering business and all of that, there has to be some type of financial gain, right? And
Well-
so far, all I see is him purchasing sex, like Matt was saying.
So
you
that's,
know.
that's
So
what a lot of
she
this is.
wasn't against
Unless
it,
they
that's why
bring
they
up,
were
I'm gonna
together.
say this.
She
I
didn't
think
want to
at
do it
some
at
point-
first,
I
but
think at
she
some
did it to
point
make him
she-
happy.
I think at some point she
is
stopped
stupid.
being with it.
Listen,
Right.
at
You
some
know, but
point-
there was
At
a
one
point in
point
time
she
she was. It seems like she was with it because there's text messages of her kind of
She's saying she
initiating it.
won't.
Saying
No,
that
no,
she,
let's-
yeah,
no,
she's
let's
saying
keep
that
this-
she
no.
wanted the free
Let's keep
call.
this thugged out. She talking about she want to see big black thing, you know,
Yeah, see,
asking for it,
that's why
pushing
he
it
was
up,
saying that you probably should
all of that. You know
saw
what I mean?
that testimony.
She asking for it.
because it really, well, I know it can be graphic, but it really revealed a lot of her involvement.
Right, it revealed a lot.
Yeah, it
of
sound
things.
like
You
they
know,
was,
in
you.
it.
First of all, Diddy can't have nothing like this running by himself.
No, not at all.
That's impossible. You cannot have all these people involved, important people too, and no, there's other people pulling the strings behind the scenes helping him with this.
Of course.
It's straight up. So, you know, he's just the one taking the fall.
Those
you know what I mean?
dudes ain't gonna remain named because they got the right friends with certain
He
people.
the one taking the fall, man. There ain't no real friends in this situation here.
So I have a question. If the trial ended as it is now, would
Okay.
you find him guilty?
No, he just nasty. That's it. And y'all was some freaks
I
too.
mean, not for what they charging him for, or at least for not one of those things that they charging him for.
I'm gonna say this: if Cassie got the law, if we want to spit to her, okay. If she really did sign a 10-album deal, which is wild, but if she really did sign a 10-album deal, and she only got like one album, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
30
How many
million,
albums she got under
call
her?
it fair.
Just the one or two.
If she got the
I just know
30,
her one hit.
Oh, me too.
if she got the 30, call it fair. You sat there and held her
What
career
is her
hostage.
one hit?
Me and you.
Yeah.
I would say the 30 million is fair for what Diddy supposedly have. You billionaire, whatever. 30 million is fair. Watch it. You held her career up. You
She
didn't.
supposedly said that she'll give the money back just to have her.
Whatever.
No,
Sure.
no, that's bullcrap. Because why would you ask him for the money in the
Nah,
first place?
she ain't gonna, because she
On
don't
the
want to get
low.
her wig split.
On the
That's what
low.
that is.
Yeah.
The thing is this: the 30, I say it's fair for the music part. You know what I'm saying? You held me up, blah blah blah. You didn't. Okay, fine. Give her the 30 for the damages or whatever the case is. Move on about it. But all the sexual stuff that she was looking for, calling people, setting stuff up, setting up dates, picking dudes she want to sleep with. Come on, man. You gotta hold some accountability somewhere for her.
Of course, yeah.
I know she a lady and all of that.
I'm with all of that.
I don't
So
want to
should she
hear
be
that.
charged? Should she face
Yes.
criminal
I
charges?
think so.
Yes.
Yes. I
Yes.
think
And,
so.
and then what type of criminal charges should she be facing?
Well, the same ones that he got.
The same thing.
The same ones that
if
he
it's
got.
true that they got video evidence of that girl not really getting shot, that they saying that they got evidence, video footage of her not really getting shot at all,
What girl?
an old girl shooting her, Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh, that
If-
that was wild. We should talk about that
If
too.
if it come out to be that, she should get charged and go to jail.
Yeah, we got to talk about that
because
next.
That's some bull.
Cause that is crazy.
She threatened another dude too, saying because in her transcripts it said that she had came across some dude that supposedly had a video that he was threatening to release, and she threatened his life.
Cassie
I
did?
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, Cassie did.
Wow.
Who,
But
Meg?
she was
Oh,
like,
Cassie?
she was like, it won't be me, somebody else will do it or something like that.
Do you
Listen.
think she knew that Kim Porter was going to be off?
I don't know. I mean, that
I wouldn't be surprised,
we
but
start.
that depends on how
Because
close.
people pillow talk.
that
Pillow talk.
That depends on how close her and Diddy was at
Listen,
the time.
I mean, they were
She
together.
was jealous of her.
Wait, when did Kim Porter pass away?
I don't know.
I
Because
don't
they
know.
broke
remember.
up. Cassie and Diddy broke up in 2018. Did
I
Kim
remember
Porter
when-
pass away after that?
I remember seeing the posts and stuff, but I don't remember the dates. This is the thing. She knows a lot, you know what I mean? And if she talking about she willing to get her money back, if that's what you said, Josh, that means
That's what
that,
she said.
That means
in,
that
in the transcript.
that mean that conscience hitting her.
course.
Because you was involved more than what you want to say. So if you're talking about you want to get her money back,
Yeah, but they probably
I
granted her.
think she said that because it was like, if I could take all the stuff that he did to me in exchange for the money, I would give him the money.
man, yeah, all right, she ain't giving back nothing. You know what I mean?
I mean, look.
Yeah,
is
because
there,
Cap,
because
man.
she stayed for the lifestyle.
what's
She-
the
that-
for a
straight
long
up.
time.
What's the sentence for domestic violence?
Time served. What he doing? The time served. Even if they want
It
to
really
do
just
that.
depends
He
on
hasn't even been
it
locked up that long.
It depends on what you're being charged with.
Man,
You
nobody
could be charged
be in jail that
with.
long for that.
You could be
domestic.
charged with regular DV. You could be charged with aggravated assault. You could be charged with felonious assault. It really just depends.
Unless you tried to kill your woman and
If
they
they
found that
tried
out.
to get every count of domestic violence, because this,
It's
But it's
so many
past the
different
statute of
types
limitations,
of.
though. At this point,
Is it?
even if they, yeah, they
In
said
the
that
state of
video.
New York?
They said that video that's past. That
In
they
the
can't
state of
even
New
give
York,
them-
what is the
they can
statute
show
of
all they
limitations on
can't give them
assault?
that.
What is the statute of limitations on assault?
What you asked me that?
Yeah, in New York, in the state
I don't
of
know.
New
They
York.
said it's past statute of limitations.
Because
though.
they've only been broken up since 2018. So you're saying that the statute of limitations ended that quick in
For
less
assault?
than 10 years?
If you slap somebody, right? Let me just theoretically, if somebody got slapped and then they want to press charges 5-6 years later, I mean,
Somebody said the whole reason why she came out in the first place was because New York changed the statute of limitations.
Yeah, I think
For the
they did.
sexual
They
assault or
extended
the-
it.
or the
They
domestic?
extended it, and she was able to sue him right before that ended
right.
for the sexual assault or the
for
domestic?
the domestic.
All right.
Yes, the
All right.
state of New York extended the statute of limitations, and that's why a lot of stuff was coming out right before with other people too, right before because of that new law.
Listen, people, listen.
See,
I
but
say this.
I really think what they gonna end up finding out is some details about some murders of celebrities that Diddy was.
I mean, if that's what they're going with it, they need to hurry up. because
Well,
this
I mean,
isn't- this isn't
what is this, week 2?
yeah, it's only the
this-
second week.
They still got like 6 to 8 more
because
weeks
all
to
the
go.
stuff they bringing up, I don't think this has anything to do with no racketeering, man. Honestly, like, what is this?
Well,
Like,
maybe this is just the build
now if they
up
want
to
to start
lead
digging
to
into
that.
the Biggie talk, the Pac talk,
And that's where
and all that,
that's where
then
I would go.
that's
with
where
the
you
case.
can get the life at.
That's
because
where I would
there's
go
no
with the
statute of
case.
limitations.
I
there.
would, that's where I would go. I honestly would not go the Cassie
Or the
route.
Kim Porter talk.
Yes, I would not go the Cassie route. I would go the Kim. I would go to the dead bodies.
Yeah, that because all of this.
That's what I would go to.
Because all of this to me, I couldn't be like honestly, personally, I couldn't be no. This is stupid. If I'm the judge, like
because
this here sound. Listen, man, like this sounds stupid here. I mean, all of y'all is nasty, pretty much.
I mean,
all of y'all.
do y'all
So,
think Diddy should go to jail?
not for this?
No.
Now, if there's bodies, of course.
Then that's
But
what I'm
not-
thinking. I'm
but-
like,
but not for the freaky stuff.
Legally, there's not enough out to put him in jail.
Exactly. Exactly.
But for everything that he's done and what
Yes.
they saying, I personally feel like people like that shouldn't be roaming the
Oh,
streets.
he should be under the jail.
Mm-hmm.
You know, honestly, the stuff that he did is death penalty worthy.
Right.
The stuff that, you know, if they could get that evidence.
What,
Mm-hmm.
what?
Capital murder.
Yeah, I'm talking about the bodies here.
Yeah.
Because
So don't think I don't think
this-
Diddy
this-
should be. I ain't trying to. We ain't caping for Diddy
It's
now,
just legally.
folks.
if there's.
But we
if
do have
there's-
to look at stuff
if
from
there's-
some type of
I'm
objective.
gonna say this: if there's bodies,
Aye.
if they dig into that, because you hear people talk about the Pac stuff,
Mm-hmm.
the big stuff, the Kim Porter stuff, and who knows about the other stuff, the sexual stuff.
Well,
honestly,
I mean,
the thing-
something came out recently about like he probably wasn't involved in the death of Prince.
I don't know.
I don't see how that would
But thing is,
What's
this
that
benefit
thing
him.
about,
But this the thing,
when
right?
Jamie Foxx came out when he
A lot of these
been
people
in
who
the
saying
house,
stuff,
like,
He blamed Diddy for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that about?
huh?
The Jamie Foxx situation.
Yeah.
Well,
he
he got
tried to
poisoned
poison him?
because Jamie Foxx said something. I forgot, and then I could see that been the issue. But the thing is,
Yeah, but what's the motive for him?
I forgot. But he said something. There was something that happened.
It seems like anytime Diddy would face some or,
Al B. Shore,
or have to
Al B. Shore
have to
said
deal with
he
anybody.
almost got clipped by him. So,
I
mean,
believe Al B. Shore.
So those, I will focus on those. I'm not,
Yeah.
because all that sex stuff, these people, a lot of people is disgusting in real life.
Do you feel like Diddy's done a good job to hide evidence over the years?
I don't know about
He
that.
apparently done something good.
But all these, I will leave the sex stuff
Because
alone.
where's the evidence so far on anything? Where's the physical evidence? That's what bothers me about this case. Because at the end of the day, you're setting a precedence that anybody can go on the stand and make up some stuff and it be viewed as evidence. Do you know, eyewitness testimony, and that is the weakest, most unreliable evidence in the criminal justice system.
But that's how they get people.
Yeah, that's how a lot of innocent people end up in prison.
I just leave the sex stuff alone, personally. Okay.
I mean, and then what about that one we were just hearing about, the makeup artists and all them? All those people not working for Diddy anymore, selling photos for $1,000 to who was it?
CNN.
CNN.
Listen, I just would leave the whole.
Got books.
Never mind.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was about to say. I've been
You
trying.
said I would
You said
just
that you would leave the whole sex
sex
thing
alone.
I just would
alone.
leave the sex thing alone because at the end of the day, all these people who's in this situation, a lot of these people is disgusting and nasty. You know what I'm saying? So that whole situation need to be left alone.
So I got a question. The people that was testifying, right? Do you think that they had anything to do with helping him get stuff set up?
Yes, man.
I
Like,
think so.
how many people snitch?
No, the guy that was just, who was it?
Kid Cudi,
man?
I don't know, but
No, not Kid Cudi. The
male dancer?
the guy that was working for Diddy, that he quit because he saw Diddy.
Maybe. Like, this the thing. How many people do you see snitch when they's involved in stuff? You know what I mean? They snitch so they won't get in trouble.
Right.
How often does that happen? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They all done did some dirt and then, I get the lesser sentence. Well, actually, he started this. So therefore so I don't want to, yeah, all these people understand, that don't move me. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, that whole do the crime, take the time. A lot of people don't want to take the time. They just do the crime. And they'll throw it all off. Diddy, yeah, he cold-blooded, but he not the only one that's cold-blooded.
Right.
A lot of these people is cold-blooded. And those people on the stand is cold-blooded
Was
too.
the people that was on the stand, was that his personal assistant or one of his assistants?
I don't know, but
One of them did work for him.
there's no way you can
She was
do
a
this.
makeup artist.
No, that I know her, but the guy that was testifying before her.
One of them was like a manager or something for his.
There's no way you can be doing this since the 90s with no help.
That part.
That's from security guards. That's from
That's
stylists,
Yep.
artists, road man, all that. They all know.
I mean,
Just-
all the bodyguards that's coming out telling stories in interviews now.
Yeah, but when you hear them talk, they always telling themselves, "Oh yeah, I seen this," but see, I didn't. You seen this? Like, this is the thing. Like, I mean, all these people, a lot of people turn their head for some money.
So if you were the prosecutor, would you be doing a subpoena?
If I'm gonna try to win the case,
for all those bodyguards that was
everybody
running their
coming.
mouth on Vlad,
Everybody.
would you
It's
Well,
coming.
subpoena
see,
them?
when it comes to things like this, who's on the jury has a lot to do with the angle of approach that they'll take. Because if they got people on the jury that seem to have certain emotions towards certain
Well, they're not
things,
supposed to be chosen as jurors.
Yeah, for
right,
real.
but they have the knowledge of this, because like when they chose the jury people, like Diddy's team, they was trying to dispute the jury selections because they was like it ain't enough whatever people on.
Well, they're gonna always dispute each other's juror selection.
as long as there ain't. I mean, because they're gonna try to seek every angle that they can win.
They need to go to the body.
Who is that main bodyguard, Matt?
Gene
Yes.
Deal.
Deal.
I
Do
mean,
you
yeah.
think they are gonna subpoena him?
I don't know. I mean,
They should.
look,
They
if you hear all this stuff, you listen to how Chopper talking. Hey man, like you saying, you seen a lot of stuff, fam. Like,
Chopper and Freddie P.
The way they talking, like y'all need. I mean,
What
everybody.
do y'all think about them spilling all types of...
like the thing is, everybody, and it's like this. Okay, Diddy the boogeyman. I
Right.
get that. So everybody want to talk now. He in jail. He could possibly get out, but now they probably talking because they like, well, if anything happened to me, if we get out, they know who did it. Type stuff. Not necessarily. Stuff can still happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he still got enough money and he still got enough connections. I mean, with that phone call with his son, that did sound kind of crazy. Like he was trying to cover something up. But like,
But his assets are frozen though.
Listen, the thing is, the guy. Listen, okay, he's a bad guy. Yes, he's a bad guy. That's clear.
Yeah.
But what the evidence looks shaky right now, though. Point blank. No matter how you feel about him, if you're being objective, the evidence looks shaky.
Honestly, I haven't really seen any evidence.
That's what I'm saying. It looks shaky.
I feel like they waiting to have the big. I mean, because
on either side,
this is a smear campaign in federal court.
And I gotta be fair. We gotta be fair about the defense. What evidence have we seen from the defense?
It feel like just a smear campaign to put, because public perception can be worse than court stuff. What people view you, you know what I mean? They just leave it be there.
And that's how OJ got off.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Mark Furman's past came up so hard in court that regardless of what the evidence was in the OJ case, the physical evidence, that court opinion when it came to Mark Furman was so strong that it created reasonable doubt in the jury.
With the situation with Diddy, right? He did that, what he did with Diallo, whatever. What's
Diallo?
The liquor company, whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? The liquor company he sued, whatever, right?
Ciroc.
No, the other, Ciroc, them. But it's Diego, the people who owe it or something, own it. This the thing. This could be a thing where it's like, we're going to sully your name so bad, so once you
nobody's going to do business
nobody's going to want to mess with you. That's worse. You know what I'm saying? If you can't even navigate like that, you know what I'm saying? This could be that too, because why is all these... This to me is like, okay, so you pulling back the curtain of all my kinks and freaky stuff that go. I mean, a lot of people have this. People need to be careful when it comes to that, because behind closed doors, a lot of these people was into some nasty stuff.
Right, yeah.
Seriously.
And so it's a whole lot of people that's paying to keep their name out.
Regular people be into this stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but politicians.
Yeah, all
politicians,
all of them
be involved in
some nasty stuff. So they need to. This right here, that's why I don't look at this like, man, people need to chill on that, because that industry is not a $1 billion industry for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not. I mean,
but like even that industry it's got some things that they not allowed to do that in the things that is sold on the dark web.
But that's $1 billion style stuff too. So it be who you think paying for that? Who you think paying for that stuff?
Freaks.
And they gotta have dough, because that's a high tag.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, man, look, come on, cut it out, man. They gonna have to get to the bodies. In order to put him in prison, they gotta get to the bodies. He allegedly
whatever it is that they got. These feds, they are known for not going after you unless they got like a 90 whatever plus percentile
but this
success
is
rate of conviction.
This is terrible.
Where's the...
That's why I feel like it's coming.
But this here is terrible.
I feel like it is a slow build. It is a slow build.
It's coming. Let's tear apart his character, the person that he is. Let's tear that apart, so that way when we present to you him doing some other stuff, you can be like, oh, it's not far-fetched for him to do that.
Right. Listen, man, like I'm not. Listen.
I agree. I do agree. It's definitely.
They got to get to it, because this here is terrible.
Well, think about it. Think about it sports-wise. Like, you don't pull out your big guns in the very beginning.
Yeah,
you wait until the right time.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst federal cases I've ever.
Well, it just started. So
this is weak.
And they was pressed to get Cassie in there because of her pregnancy.
Yeah.
So that probably can have something to do with the way things is trickling out the way they.
The defense also is lacking evidence.
Yeah.
In that aspect, I want to talk about the bodies. Let's get to the bodies.
Matt said, "Where's the bodies at?"
Let's get. I don't care about the sex stuff. Let's get to the smoke.
The sex stuff is only a charge with him holding people against their will, taking advantage of them when they drunk.
Do you think they're gonna? That's the plan. They're addressing the evidence for each charge. So they're gonna start with the human trafficking.
They might.
Then they're gonna start with the racketeering.
I mean, look, these dudes didn't start doing this yesterday. Like, for them to have one of the highest supposed conviction rates,
like 95%, right?
And having a reputation that they only going to come after you when they know they can get you.
Yeah.
Irv and them got off from the feds.
Who did? Irv Gotti?
Irv Gotti and them.
I'm not saying that
they beat the feds. So it's possible with this nonsense that I'm hearing. This is terrible. Like this is a joke. It's not, y'all need to get to the bodies.
Yeah.
Well, get to the real stuff.
Well, given we don't know what happened behind the closed doors with they case, like how we're learning about them.
Was theirs on TV or was it?
No,
well, you said nobody can do the.
You
know what I'm saying?
For feds, you can't have it.
So, but the thing is,
because you're not allowed to have no audio or video. But the reason why Diddy's name is being broadcasted because he's one of the biggest names of celebrities.
Listen.
Like Irv, given that he's responsible for a whole lot of music and stuff like that with Def Jam and stuff, he don't got a bigger name than Diddy.
Irv and them not small potatoes.
No, they not small, but when you compare him to Diddy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they all in the same room. The thing is this.
I think you asked me this question, Matt, a while ago. You said, is Diddy bigger than Epstein?
Is he bigger than Epstein?
Yeah, with all of this.
Socially.
Oh, no, financially too.
Financially? I don't know.
Epstein, I looked it up. Epstein was not a billionaire. Diddy's a billionaire.
Epstein was a powerful dude still.
But Diddy's more powerful.
Yeah, so, I mean, I can see.
I do think, because look at all the celebrities that did. I know Epstein had a lot of celebrities, but look at really all the celebrities Diddy had.
Yeah, he got stuff on everybody, man. Yeah. So he got stuff on everybody, man. And everybody was at that man parties. Yeah. Everybody.
Mm-hmm. You know what? That brings out a good point, because you don't see a lot of like a celebrity speaking on it.
Everybody was at that man party.
Was hanging with him. That was with him at the.
Because the best thing that you can do in this situation is stay quiet.
All them people that was at them parties getting loose. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody say. All right, you know, if you. A lot of these regular people who talking crazy, let Diddy come at you like, hey, you want to come to this massive party? All the drugs, sex, all the
females that you want.
Just the only one for a few days.
The only
they won't do it.
The only one that I heard that it expressed any kind of sentimental missing of Diddy parties is Bow Wow. Bow Wow said that
in the industry since a kid. You already know he involved. Listen, man, all these people be into the same stuff, man. When there's smoke, there's fire. Nobody is coming out saying this stuff, making it up.
You know who it would be interesting if they came out? One of the members of B2K.
Oh, they already did that. Raz B and them.
On Diddy.
What they got to do with each other?
Because Diddy did music with them.
Yeah, but I don't think he.
And they were hanging around Diddy at that time.
Chris Stokes and them. Well, all.
Yep,
but we
they
already
sure
know
was. They were all.
Well, you know who they need to bring up in there? They need to bring Justin Bieber up in there.
They say he not talking.
Yeah, he ain't talking at all.
They said his people say he not. Nah.
That's enough reason right there for you to have enough.
They can't just subpoena nobody for no reason, though.
No, but I hear you. But once like the big evidence comes out later down the road,
there may not be no evidence.
But you know, like he needs to say something.
But did you see how he been looking recently?
Bieber, that dude.
No, I haven't seen him.
We all know. Listen,
I seen he looked like a drug addict.
That's the worst kept.
He's back doing.
Bieber's the worst kept secret. That's the worst kept secret. Everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Worst kept secret. They took advantage of that boy, man. Like, and it not just him.
He sucks.
You know what I mean? So.
Oh, you don't like him?
At the end of the day,
sucks.
I was like, you don't like Rudy?
At the end of the day, this here.
Rudy? We watching the game, you guys, so we may say
this ain't nothing new to them. We did this before already.
Yeah, we may say some unrelated stuff because of the game's on.
At the end of the day, they need to get to the bodies, like I said. They just gotta get to the bodies, because all this, I'm cool. Maybe I'm just numb to it, but it's like
No, you're looking for evidence,
people
which
are
is what you're
nasty.
supposed to
Right.
do.
And that's just what it is.
You're looking for evidence to match the charges.
Now,
Yeah.
is Cassie's husband wrong to feel any type of way hearing this?
How do y'all
Huh?
feel about him? Do y'all feel bad for Cassie's husband?
Andrea, is Cassie's husband out of?
Listen,
yeah. Let's ask
look,
you this. You know what I mean?
I already had this conversation with him.
So if Cassie's now all the
details coming out about
Do
her
you feel
personal
Do you
sexual.
feel bad for Cassie's husband? Do you guys feel bad for Cassie's husband?
Why?
Just having to hear all of this about his wife.
Listen, you knew that you was gonna be hearing about this stuff once you seen that she was going to court. Like I don't know
I
how.
didn't know she was cheating with Diddy with.
they was cheating. How about phones was answered while it was happening?
Because for her, sex probably was no longer an intimate thing with a person. It was probably just as
a job.
Yeah, it was probably just a job.
Probably wasn't even enjoyable.
Kind of like porn stars, you know?
Yeah, it's not even enjoyable. Porn stars don't even enjoy it no more.
Yeah, sex is not what it was meant to be between a husband and wife with her anymore.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but
that's why they say it's hard to be a porn star, because the sex, like, it seems glamorous to regular people, but when you're doing the job over and over again, it's like it's hard. It's like, oh my gosh.
I don't know, how is it glamorous to regular people though?
Because the whole
the videos, the production,
and then you already know a lot of guys, they trying their whole goal for the most part is to get some. You know what I'm saying? You know that be the end goal.
But they want their girl to perform the things that they seen on tape.
That's not even realistic. A lot of people not even physically able to do that because they ain't in shape. You know what I'm saying? So if you try to, I mean,
just say you're all fat.
Call that what it is. You try to do some stuff. You try to do some stuff you see on there, man. You gonna have a core muscle, torn this, torn that. Everybody gonna be. It's call it what it is. So the thing is this: Cassie's husband listening to all these details. 48 hours straight, allegedly, of getting it in, sores in the mouth, urine in the mouth.
Do you think he was part of the free calls?
I don't know.
He was a personal trainer, so
he knew about. He
must know about some stuff.
Her husband.
He took her from him.
He was a personal trainer.
Oh, so he knew her.
She cheated on Diddy with him. And I'm like, was he part of the free calls?
I mean.
So the stuff that he heard probably wasn't new to him.
Was new. All this.
It shouldn't have been new to him. And if he catching feelings about that now, after putting the ring on it, I know what she was involved.
I thought he was a guy that she met like way later.
So she was the same guy.
See, and that's why she probably should have watched the snippet of the Cassie testimony, because it was testimony that Cassie was in an intimate manner with Diddy while she was FaceTiming.
Yes, while she was FaceTiming this dude.
There's certain things that I can't roll with. You know what I mean? Like that right there. That's
so,
crazy.
Look,
right
like
there.
if you want to listen to it
sexual,
one day, I'll put it on for you.
Yeah, they were doing something sexual while she was FaceTiming her.
We ain't gotta be. Listen, they was getting it in while she answered the phone.
I didn't know they were getting it in. I thought it was just sexual. Oh, it was actual full blown sex.
I
mean, I don't know exactly what it
penetration.
meant.
I thought it was maybe they was just okay.
People listen. You know, sex get boring to people with a lot of money. Okay?
Yeah, because you have it so much.
Because they getting it in a lot. Then
for him, that goes to the reason to the thing with him being involved with dudes.
Yeah, that's what
you done got women so much to where women are born.
But that's what the bodyguard said. Bobby Valentino said. He like, man, you know, I done had so much women. I just want to. They all say that.
Valentino.
They all say that.
Yeah.
All of them say that.
My question is, where's the female escorts? Because it's all dudes, which really leads me to think, was Diddy just messing around with these dudes? Was him and Cassie just messing around with these
dudes? Which was the detail I heard on that when she said that this brother, we gonna try. I'm gonna try to finagle this. You know what I mean?
Because we want to get, we don't want to get the
Straight
I want to finagle this, right? I don't want to mess this up. So
yeah.
He asked her to take out the fluid and rub it on his chest from the male person.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Body fluids.
player.
It was body fluids that he was asking to be.
Release the fluid inside it.
That is.
Come in the room. Let me get that fluid up off you and rub that on my chest.
Isn't that very like a ritual?
That's a ritual.
It's a sex ritual.
It's sex magic.
Yeah. It's all of
some
that
other stuff.
stupid stuff.
That's nasty, man.
But I mean, look.
Word up.
And we know that rituals and sacrifices have been going on
since the beginning of time.
Yes.
So it's like everything Diddy doing, man. Look, I ain't gonna doubt that. First of all, I ain't gonna doubt that he did everything that people are saying that he.
Right.
I ain't gonna doubt that he did. Not even a little bit.
Oh no, me neither. I don't doubt it.
Not even a little bit. And
I honestly feel like he's probably done even worse than what's been.
Yeah. Because they was only to find. They was only able to find some stuff.
Yeah.
They was only
so
able
this
to
light
find
work?
some.
Absolutely.
This light work?
I would definitely believe it.
And that's what I want that's what I want our listeners to understand, because I don't want them thinking like, oh, so they on Diddy's side. No, we're like, oh no, it's not like we don't believe he did all this stuff, but there has to be the evidence is just not there. You know what I'm saying? But do I believe that he did all this stuff? Plus more. I also believe that there probably was some defecating involved in as well.
Throwing up?
No.
Well, look, it's
already number 2. Oh
yes.
yeah.
It's already crazy enough that you make people like.
That's they were saying. Vince McMahon was on. Vince McMahon was wilding. I'm like, ugh.
Look, so apparently they was getting it on with folks so much to where they had to get IVs to get.
Well, yeah, but that's dehydration. That's because a lot of drugs.
So yeah, what was
and all
up
that.
with that?
No, drugs. When you take a lot of alcohol dehydrates you. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you take an alcohol, you taking ecstasy pills, you taking cocaine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cocaine.
All that stuff dehydrates you. You need fluids. A bottle of water ain't gonna fix that. And she said he OD'd at one point. Had to go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So he actually overdid it one time.
I want some of the celebrities that was involved. They ain't gonna say nothing because they don't want their image to be getting did like how Diddy's is.
Man, Hollywood all look toe up anyway.
I know, but like the common person ain't gonna believe it until there's stuff out about it. Because Gene Deal talked about a certain celebrity before he got big when he was with Diddy, being a minor and had to get taken to the hospital.
Usher.
You talking about Usher?
Man, that's out here. There
Right.
ain't no reason to even.
Well, I wasn't trying to put it on the airwaves.
Usher, no.
Oh, it's
Usher
already
knows
on the
what's up.
airwaves.
Right.
It's already on.
Do you think Usher? Let me ask you this question.
That's a favorite guy.
So Usher, that guy. Do you think he's part of the reason Bieber got connected with Diddy?
Apparently, like he's seen some of this stuff go down and just like
Possible.
I didn't know Bieber was that involved with Diddy. Like,
You
connected
kidding
with
me?
Diddy. I didn't know that.
You didn't see that video?
I mean, I've seen videos.
When he said,
but-
yeah, we
But
gonna
no,
spend.
but like musically, like
Yeah, I
what did
didn't
they
know,
have
like,
to
Diddy
I
do?
was
didn't-
involved with a lot of people music behind the scenes.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like, I don't
On
know
some
any
guidance type
Diddy.
shit.
they had the
Bieber.
Danity Kane girl testify too.
She was horrible.
She was lying
That's
up
what
there.
we should have had Andrea watch.
She was lying
that
up there.
testimony
She
because
was up there
hers was
capping.
straight up lies, and honestly, I feel like she should get charged with perjury. Honestly,
She was up there capping. You said this. Well, I don't remember saying that.
yeah.
Right.
She'd have been in handcuffs right off the turn around. Dog.
Andrea, if you listen to that,
Turn
you be
around,
like,
fam.
you know, bye.
Just go ahead, turn around.
Bye.
We gonna,
Child.
cause you done told this story 4 different times in 4 different ways. Yeah, turn around. You wasting our time, dog. Yeah, I'd have had somebody right there.
Who had her? Was she for the prosecution?
She was testifying
She
against Diddy.
discredified herself in that witness stand. If I was
She
the
made herself look real
prosecution,
stupid.
ooh, I'd be
No,
heated.
she would have been cuffed off the. Hey, turn around.
They can't do
Come on.
that.
Why?
Not right then and there.
Why?
There has to be an investigation to prove perjury. You can't just you
So
have
you up
to
there capping and
investigate
you
that.
can't get arrested?
You can get found in contempt of court, but perjuring is not contempt of court. They still got to do their due diligence and
all right.
investigate. So it's not
But
like
you know,
it's not like
Diddy's-
there's
Diddy-
it's not like she can't get charged with that later on down the line.
See, but like Diddy, with the lawyers that he got, they probably looked at that and was like, you ain't even got to worry about that. We already got that beat. We already got that beat. You see how we done broke her down in front of everybody?
Right.
You ain't even got to worry about that.
Didn't they break her down though?
Yeah. Because they asked her so many different times, about certain things that she said in the past, and she was like, I don't recall.
She's like, I did
don't
not
remember.
say that. Really?
That's what them detectives
Well, the
do.
transcript
Right.
says from the lawsuit that you
Right, exactly,
created.
exactly.
Oh,
So
I
they
didn't
didn't
know
even
that.
worry about that. They didn't even
Right.
worry about
Yeah,
that.
they ain't-
You right about that? Y'all right about that?
She's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's done.
So how would y'all feel about if y'all was the defense with her being like, would that be like a playground for y'all to be like, oh yeah, you might tear her up?
Oh, cooking it.
Man, look,
Cooking it.
anybody
I'm gonna
like
ask
that.
all kind of. Listen, this the thing.
Is it sky blue? That's not what you said yesterday.
If I'm listen, I'll be so out cold with it up there. Like, hey, so you fought. So you said you wanted to do this and you enjoyed this, right? You enjoyed this. So you said you wanted to do this with that, and you. So tell me the play-by-play of how this happened. So you asked to. I'll be all in. Objection? No. So you asked to do this, right? That's what you wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like, so I'll be all no. Be all. Hey, listen, man. I'll be tearing her up. You know, all kind of
I'll
questions,
be
man.
tearing her behind.
Straight up.
Right.
But Meg, hey, what's up with the Tory thing?
Okay, so wait,
Tory
are we done with the Diddy's?
I mean, you know.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
yeah,
what else can we say?
We could definitely move on to Tory Lanez because I
Him
was
getting stabbed up in
shooketh.
prison.
Well, that too,
That's
but also, was it the bodyguard that said?
He a bozo. He's a
Child,
bozo.
did y'all?
No, he's
didn't-
a bozo.
I don't know much
No,
about
you-
that.
you
Y'all
can
got
tell
to
him
fill
what
me
the
in.
You
body-
gonna
Yeah,
come out
tell
and
what
say
the bodyguard
after he got
said.
stabbed up, you gonna come out and say, yeah, man, I overheard Kelsey say she shot her. You know what I mean? Listen, the whole thing seemed funny
Hold
because
on, who? Kelsey?
the girl supposedly shot
The
her.
bodyguard said basically that he was trying to cover
Cover up for somebody else
the
that shot
girls and
Say,
lied
why
and
does
said-
Megan Thee Stallion not say that? Like, how come she?
She
It's-
probably didn't. She probably honestly thought he shot her because of all the
Child.
fighting.
No.
Because they were fighting.
No. They was arguing because this is the thing, and this is the clear thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was messing with Kelsey and her, right? They got into it because of that.
Mm-hmm.
He was messing with Kelsey and her.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? Like, they got into it for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is this. This is a deeper rooted situation that people may, no. His dad even said something about this. You know what I'm saying? Look over in that Rock Nation direction. You know what I'm saying? The thing is this. Tory Lanez put out the thing. He didn't want to sign, I guess, with Rock Nation or whatever, or something like that. He was putting out stuff. You don't need the labels and blah. They don't want you knowing that.
Right.
They do not want you knowing that. You know what I'm saying? Because if
That's the
artists
last thing that they want.
with the internet out already, and if you got some dough in your pocket, you can promote yourself.
Oh.
You don't need them.
Side question. What'd you think about that thing that came out about like all the labels coming together to cut out the middleman? But like Jay-Z supposedly being behind why it fell apart.
So a big middleman.
Right.
So they want to make a big middleman.
So you
Listen.
know what you guys made interesting point you made about Tory Lanez saying that, and then it ended up in that situation because wasn't Michael and Prince saying the same thing?
Listen.
Prince been telling dudes
Wasn't
that,
Michael and Prince saying the same
Prince
You
been
don't
telling
once you
dudes.
figure, because this is why they get young people. They get young people
because they don't know nothing.
It's not like music. It's not also young. No, these young cats don't. They want to be famous. So that, oh yeah, you want to be on TV, cars, girls. Yeah.
We got that for you.
Sign this. We're not gonna tell you all. So
If they don't read the contract.
no. So once they get hip to the game and see the scam in it, Tory Lanez like, you don't need them. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta put the work in and da da da. They don't want you knowing that because if everybody know that, then that means they out of here.
Right.
You know what I mean? That means they out of here. They don't want you knowing that. So therefore, they get irritated by that because you messing with their money.
Sandra, did you hear about that?
Probably not. Most
The
likely.
Tory Lanez situation?
Getting stabbed up
Yeah, he
14
got-
times.
He got
Stabbed 14
stabbed
times.
up.
I guess
He got-
twice.
That was
he got
a true. That was
stabbed.
a
thought he was
legit
in
murder
jail.
attempt.
Yeah,
That
they
was
was
in
they was
prison.
trying to
He
take
got-
him out.
Oh,
From a
really?
lifer.
Yeah.
He was doing life.
He was legit. They stabbed him in the head. How many times?
They said in the back of the head
Oh, I don't
twice, and then he got hit in the
What they got
face.
against him?
Exactly.
So in the face.
Good question.
What?
She said, "What do
So
they
what
have?"
got against him?
Yep.
No, that was too, because what they did, they contacted Megs and them people. Like, yeah, we got some new evidence and stuff about this case. Blah blah blah, letting them know what's coming down the pipeline. Then they asked for more information. Next thing you know, he done got stabbed up 14 times by somebody who doing life who ain't got nothing to lose.
This ain't coincidence that the whole bodyguard confessing that it really wasn't him, and then him getting stabbed simultaneously. That's not a coincidence.
So
She need to be thrown under the jail.
no, what about the shooter? They said his DNA wasn't on the gun.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that's
both of
wild.
them need to be put in
Wait,
jail.
one. There was his DNA when he ain't touched the gun.
Both of them need to be put in jail. Listen, look, women be scandalous about hiding the truth about a whole bunch of cases, and they will let dudes rot in jail.
Well, who was that one guy? The one guy, the funny guy, he had a text from Tory Lanez. He said, you know what I'm talking about. He was reading it.
What was that?
He's reading it and said Tory Lanez said that he didn't want to say nothing because he took the rap for the Kelsey girl.
Why would he take a rap for somebody?
Unless
that's your wife. Why are you taking the rap for some other person?
I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. You know what I mean? This is the thing, man. Like, maybe because he felt guilty for messing with them both. I don't know.
Yeah, but I wouldn't take no rap for that type of charge. That's too serious.
But, you know.
Unless he was threatened.
Well, you know what?
That's the only way I could see him doing that.
There's this thing that be happening, right? So, the DDG guy was Haley Berry's man?
Halle Berry.
Okay.
Halle Bailey, sorry.
There's this thing that be happening because I guess he got an Ace of Spades bottle and he read a note. And then he was like, he looked kind of funny like after that, like, I don't know. And then his mans, I guess.
Because she connected with Beyonce.
Because his mans DDG's mans, he had got a Hennessy bottle with a note on it. And he like, I don't even drink. And then he read the note and was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they saying folks send them threatening notes with that liquor like, hey.
I mean, he better slow down.
Because he said something about stay in your lane.
Yeah,
the note said stay in your lane.
Connections in the industry. And they
we still talking about Megan?
No, DDG and
This
Halle
all the
Bailey.
same.
See, Halle Bailey.
Who's DDG?
Halle Bailey, the mermaid girl that played Little Mermaid, and her and some YouTuber had a baby together, and they're broken up, and it's a big mess. She signed under Beyonce's label.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, see, well, look, man, look, Beyonce. Okay, look, Beyonce is involved in this Diddy stuff. I'm sure of that.
Listen.
I'm sure.
Listen,
as tight as Jay-Z and Diddy been, and now they, you know, like that was a dude that Diddy called out on that recorded phone call. He was like, did so-and-so reach out? And his son was like, no, they didn't reach out. Diddy on the other line. What's wrong with these dudes? They act like just because I'm in here, I ain't gonna do da. And so it's like Beyonce, ever since she been married to Jay-Z, you know, she gonna be wrapped up in some of this stuff.
I mean, there's hundreds of pictures with her and Diddy and Jay-Z.
Right.
And Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys.
Listen,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Y'all know this. If y'all know the symbolism.
And Mary J. Blige. See, don't forget about Mary.
Mary J. Blige tucked off.
Don't forget about Mary.
I wouldn't be surprised because
Mary J.
She got accused for being involved with one of the murders of one of the artists too.
Who? Mary J.
Mary J.
Who? Oh wow.
Like she hiding some stuff. I forgot who exactly it was, but she's been accused. I'm gonna use that word, accused.
Mary J. been in the game for a long time. You know
she know a lot of stuff.
Look here, man.
She know a lot of stuff.
All you gotta do is look at the symbolism.
Right.
If you know what you're looking for, you will see it. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying?
This is another rumor. What do you got? Do you think Diddy has something to do with Aaliyah's death?
I believe so. I believe so. Why would that shouldn't come as a surprise? Nobody.
But what connection there?
Yeah, what's the connection with her death? Because her and
Jay-Z.
No, but
that's the connection.
She was close with Aaliyah. Was
she dating Dame Dash at the time?
She was friends with Diddy and Jay-Z.
Right, but this is the story that I heard. Jay-Z was trying to get at Aaliyah. Aaliyah wasn't feeling him. Aaliyah was feeling Dame. And so because Aaliyah was feeling Dame, Jay-Z took that a certain kind of way. And that caused him to do because her flight that she took, the one that she took wasn't the one that she was supposed to be on.
She wasn't supposed to be
She wasn't supposed to be on that.
She was very afraid of small planes.
Look here, man.
Very afraid.
These dudes be crashing
and so
out.
Jay-Z and Diddy being like this for how long? I don't doubt.
I don't understand rich dudes crashing out over a female.
Because they're insecure.
I don't understand rich dudes
because
crashing out over a female.
because they not used to hearing no.
Fam,
But women do it too, though. They
What?
crash out. How many women are in prison because they taking the raps for guys? They killing guys. They, you know what I'm saying, killing their girlfriends. Oh, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to take out his wife. Like, it's like that with both sides.
You got access to all these women, right?
Mm-hmm.
You crashing out over this one?
Yeah, but
Why?
yeah,
Didn't you say there was a celebrity got really mad that they was rejected by somebody?
That happens all the time.
happens all the
Who
time.
was it? You said.
I think I heard Ludacris got upset about it once. I heard Michael Jordan got upset because some woman rejected
Really?
him at his
I can
restaurant.
definitely see that.
I heard that was I'm not. This is alleged, all alleged. But
Well, Jordan got a number of stories that ain't gonna come out
Do you
because
think he
of
got
who
bodies?
is.
MJ,
His father.
Well, he didn't have his father killed. His father was killed because of him. But do you think
That's
he got,
the same
do
thing
you
to
think
me.
he got bodies though?
I don't know if he got bodies like that. I can't say that I've heard
He bigger than Diddy and Epstein.
Right.
So
I can't say that.
speaking of that, he's actually gonna be an analyst.
like
Did-
that's
Jordan?
actually confirmed.
For
Wow.
what?
He gonna be popping up on NBC talking
About
every
what?
now and then. Basketball. You don't want to hear Michael Jordan's takes on hoop?
No.
Oh.
I want to hear his takes
Why?
on who.
Why not?
Because his story was fixed.
Oh, whoa!
His story was fixed. The whole NBA was bowing down to him so he can win.
So you think he's
He
overrated?
don't know nothing
Wait,
about
so you
winning in
saying-
true competition.
So you saying wait? So you saying Jordan's overrated?
Jordan, he's a cold basketball player. But there's more than enough videotape evidence of this dude doing the same thing that they accuse these young cats of today.
What?
Crying to the refs. Doing all and then asking Joe Dumars, can you take it easy on him tonight?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Take it easy on him tonight. People paid their
outta
money to
here.
come and see this guy.
get out of
People
here!
pay. Listen, look. And then he was on the interview show. The guys like me and the guys in our era, we worked hard to get our stuff before we got our stuff. I don't want to hear that. You had hair when you had your first shoe deal, so I don't want to hear none of that because you wasn't even a champion when you got your first shoe deal.
A lot of these dudes ain't champions.
Exactly. So why would you call out other players
You know,
for getting the same
you say I
treatment
can't
that you
stand,
got?
You say I can't stand Brian?
Yeah.
Fam, you sound the same when it comes to the 23.
Listen, the only reason
You
why I'm
sound
like
the
that,
exact same.
the only reason why I'm like that is because so many people put him up on a pedestal. So many people put him up on a pedestal, and I'm like, okay, look, if you're gonna look at him with a magnifying glass, then how about you put the same magnifying glass on the guy that you uphold?
So when I put the magnifying glasses on Brian,
That's
I'm
fine.
wilding.
There's nothing
I'm
wrong with
wilding
it.
about that.
There's nothing wrong
You
with
know what
it.
I'm saying?
The only
Or
time
JJ Redick?
the only time that I pointed out is because you only pointed at a certain direction.
I pointed the whole situation.
You pointed at. Listen, look. Me and you both said JJ Redick didn't deserve this job. But the only thing that I said is all he has to do is do a better job than Ham. Now, success-wise, as far as Western Conference and stuff like that, it doesn't match. But Darvin Ham wasn't the reason why they got there. There's enough evidence for us to show that Darvin Ham wasn't the reason why they got there.
And JJ Redick's the reason why they got bounced the first?
It could be definitely part of the reason why. I mean, but like,
Because he's so egotistical to think that his brain is that much more official than the game. You know
Well,
what I
listen,
mean?
look.
You sat there. Come on, man. Nah,
hey, listen, look.
Nah, man.
We
ain't doing that, man.
seen podcasts of him and other players that are currently playing in the league today talking about 85% of the players in the league don't really have a love for the game of basketball.
Oh wow!
Because the check.
So if JJ Redick is coaching those dudes and he refuses to put those dudes in the game, then big ups to JJ Redick as far as I'm
Oh,
concerned.
yeah. Big ups to not playing your bench in the playoffs.
If
and
you
getting
don't love the
eliminated.
game, how's he gonna help you?
Yeah, he was really upset
if
about
you don't
that
love the
question.
game, how's he gonna help you?
He was
But
so
if he's wrong about the players that he got in his locker room, then yeah, you deserve every bit of criticism that comes your way. Listen, the part about this is we have no way of knowing the actual answers to these questions.
Right.
But one thing that we can say, if you've been in the league for X amount of time and your game is the same as when you came in, then you probably one of them 85.
Well, we see it all the time. It's for the check. A lot of people don't do nothing for the love.
Exactly.
Period. So it is what it is.
Exactly.
But there's no excuse to only run with 5 dudes in the playoffs. I don't care how you want to dress it up.
Listen, look.
So-
I'm not going to play nobody that's not going to help me win. I'm not going to play nobody that's not going to help me win. I feel just like Mike
Yeah,
Singletary.
but you can't overplay somebody for 40-something minutes straight until they're like, you can't like do that.
That's an understandable
Every
point, but
game.
like you got to ask yourself, really. You got to ask yourself, would playing the other guys have helped the outcome?
And then if you have a problem with how well your bench play, that probably says more about you as a coach than the bench, right?
Well, remember, we got to give him the same rope that we give every other coach, first-year coach. This is his first year with this
Darvin
roster.
Ham had 2 years and he had minimal rope.
Show me something that shows that Darvin Ham was
Western
a good
Conference
coach.
Finals.
No, show me something because we all
He
know
had no rope.
this
but
could
you
be.
give this guy a lot of rope.
What
Why?
you mean? No. I ain't giving him a lot of rope.
Nah,
I ain't giving him a lot of
JJ
rope.
Redick get a whole lot of rope.
I'm not giving him a whole lot of rope. All I'm saying is, what did you see?
One of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen in the playoffs, but yet he still got extended rope.
But what did you see from Darvin Ham? Because you like to just give credit to everybody equally when they was just a part of an A+ project.
So do you think JJ Redick should have a head coaching position? Maybe.
No, he should have worked his way up. Just like Jason Kidd should have worked his way up. Just like Steve Nash should have worked his way up. These are former players that just got a job.
Well, that's
off
what I
the
say.
top.
Is it almost like NBA nepotism?
That ain't nepotism.
No, I'm saying NBA nepotism, like nepotism from a NBA player to coach standpoint.
I
Listen,
don't know
look.
about that. Like
Listen,
Jason
look.
Kidd, he is probably one of the exceptions
can't
of the
people-
rule here.
No,
You think
ain't no
there- do you
exception.
think
He
it's a
should have earned his way up
possibility
to the
that
top
people
two.
can-
Is he a coach
Do you
or
think
not?
it's a possibility that people can pay in the coach? Pay the coach.
I don't know about
Come
that.
on now. When you got enough money.
Money can do anything.
Yep.
For a lot of these dudes.
Yep.
Especially with these organizations. So I mean, look,
Especially if
Jason.
it's going to increase viewership, increase game attendance.
What is it? The coach don't increase viewership.
But
The
you
coach
have
on screen
an
has Deion
ex-player,
Sanders.
an ex-former NBA player as big as a Steve Nash, being a head coach.
Everybody scratched their head about that. Like what?
Yeah, everybody scratch their head about
No,
that.
I'm just saying,
Jason
though.
Kidd, no one scratched their head about that though, because Jason Kidd is an extension of the coach. There are
They
certain
should
players-
have. They should have.
There are certain
because
players.
when you as Jason Kidd on the sideline telling your players, run into me, run into me, run into me. So you can do. Listen, look. You tell me that's
That
coaching.
video was hilarious.
Dude, you telling me that's
That video was
coaching?
hilarious.
That ain't coaching.
No.
That
But-
ain't coaching.
He said, "Run into me."
But is Jason Kidd a good coach now?
Would you have told somebody to run into you?
Are you saying he a bad coach?
Jason Kidd is an all right coach because so much of coaching is involved with the players that you got on your roster. He hasn't been able to have no serious kind of success until he had one of the top caliber players in the league on his roster. Me and you both said Luka Doncic was the second best player in the league. He didn't make it to the finals until he got this dude.
So with Popovich and Phil Jackson, would you charge them for that?
Popovich,
He always had cold dudes and he was winning.
yeah, but these are dudes that he helped build up that way. Tim
Okay.
Duncan Tim Duncan draft
Tim
was
Duncan
wild.
came in the league, Tim Duncan.
So I got a question.
But was he
He came in the league, Tim Duncan.
Right.
I
yeah.
got a question. Sorry.
Tony
Who
Parker?
should be
did.
on the cover 2K20?
I don't care.
It's probably
Really?
probably
I don't care.
Who do you
It's
I
gonna
didn't
be-
buy
who do you
2K
think-
this year.
Who do
gonna
you
be-
think deserves to be on the cover?
it's probably gonna be Ant-Man.
As far
It's
as
gonna be-
deserving to
it's
be
gonna
on the
cover?
between them
Who
two.
deserves to be on the cover of the next 2K?
Deserving to be on the cover of 2K is probably I mean, honestly, it should have been Jokic.
I can give you my 5 that
Jokic hasn't been on the
That
cover
was
yet.
an honorable mention of mine. I did 6.
Oh, so you think whoever's MVP should be?
So I did 6. I did honorable mention was Jokic because he hasn't got it like Josh Allen. Like he probably should get it at this point.
He should have been got.
I said K due to his year, he not gonna get it, but maybe he get the mobile version or something. But he had a turnaround year. Jalen Brunson for the Knicks. He
At this point,
possible.
if you
Get
saying
it.
Jalen Brunson, Halliburton should be up on that list.
He on the list. That's why I said Jokic's honorable mention. K, then Brunson, Tyrese, SGA or Anthony
Do
Edwards.
you think Brunson will get it over Jokic, or you think Jokic
No.
will get it over?
Well,
Brunson
maybe,
would get it because
Maybe.
he plays for the Knicks.
maybe,
He plays for New York.
maybe.
We all know the New York market is the biggest market in sports right now.
But
Yeah.
Probably outside of LA.
I would think the two front runners would be Ant-Man and SGA at this point, and it'll probably be SGA.
It might even be Luka again just because he's wearing the
Why?
Lakers uniform.
Why though?
Just
No.
because he's wearing the Lakers
His
uniform.
stock a little down right now. No.
Yeah, but like I'm not saying that he's deserving of it, but I'm just trying to think of in terms of their business.
Now, if Live was out, I could see Luka getting that on Live or something, or if another company had an NBA game. You know what I'm saying? Then
I
you
mean,
know. But 2K,
look,
it's
2K
probably that dude right there or Ant-Man.
and I mean, look, if they just did it to where you have like, what was that year
Or I
that
did
they
the
had?
three covers. I
Yeah,
said the
yeah,
three.
yeah. What was the year that they did that? It was James
Twi-
Harden, Steph Curry, and Anthony
They
Davis.
did it with 12, with Magic, Bird, and Jordan, and 13 with Blake, Durant, and Rose. Then they did 16 with James Harden, Steph, and who's the third dude, man?
Anthony Davis.
AD.
Yeah, Anthony.
It was
Davis.
over by himself
Minnesota
again,
not
2 and
playing.
20.
Minnesota not playing. What's
About
you
time.
gonna see what's
They
gonna
need to
happen in
finish
second
the
half.
job because
About
they
time.
lost multiple games in the second half.
Yeah,
They lost
they
multiple
gotta-
games
they-
in the second
they-
half.
they need
They
to
got to
do
finish the
something.
gap.
they
gotta finish the
need
job.
this win.
Well, they do.
They
Absolutely.
need this win
'Cause my
desperately.
opinion is, you know, the Chet Twister stuff. Yeah, I know that hurt. And when you twisted with the ankle brace on, but either way it goes, the Thunder's supposed to win a championship. If they don't win this year, like, no.
I just don't respect him foul baiting. I don't want to see that. I don't
No.
want to see that. Not in the finals.
No. He can hoop, but that foul baiting is terrible. You know
Right.
what I'm
See,
saying?
because my thing is
But
for certain
y'all-
dudes.
Shea not trash. Shea not trash, dog.
Y'all
No,
agree
he
on
ain't. He
something?
ain't trash. But I have a problem with dudes.
Don't they normally disagree and argue the entire time?
I have a problem
Josh
with
gotta
dudes.
tweak it some sort of way. Like, see, if
What you mean I gotta
something,
tweak it?
he like, no, actually, no. See, that's slightly true, but then you just put a message say that's slightly true.
Yeah, because
but then
you was
that's
talking about
false.
statue.
Nah, man, like,
Because you was
nothing
talking
wrong.
about statue.
About that.
Because you was talking.
But you think Derek Fisher
He ain't
even
deserving of
deserves a
no
statue?
statue.
No,
There is
did
no
my
way
text
Derek.
message. Wait a minute. Did my text message say?
Put the question
Did my
out there.
text message say that he deserves?
Why would it even be a topic?
Why would Brian get one?
That's why I said
I
it's
never
slightly
said
true.
he should, but why bring Derek Fisher
Yeah,
up?
but you tried to put Braun and Derek Fisher
No,
on
Derek
the same
Fisher
level.
in the
They are
yellow,
not.
Derek Fisher in the yellow and gold.
LeBron has accomplished more than he did.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Derek
He got the number
Fisher
one scoring
should not
title.
have a statue.
A
There are plenty of other Lakers players ahead of Derek Fisher that should get a statue. Derek
Listen,
Fisher
y'all,
should not even be in
well,
the
Derek Fisher did
conversation
mean
of
nothing.
getting a statue.
If
Derek
Derek
Fisher
Fisher-
for them
Sorry,
championship
Derek.
If
teams
Derek Fisher
means
gets a
nothing.
statue,
I know he
all
said
the
he should get
songs
6.
need to be
How many
in the
Derek?
office.
Wait, didn't Derek say he was like, I should get 6? I'm like,
He said
That's
two.
okay.
No,
He
the
said that
difference-
I deserve 2.
I get
Derek
what-
Fisher. He got the nerve to say if LeBron gets
Hold
a
on.
statue, I deserve
so they
2.
saying LeBron should get a statue
If
in LA
when
or
Brian,
in general?
I'm not saying
No,
that
no,
LeBron
I'm
should get
saying
a statue.
what
This
is
is
Derek
ridiculous.
Fisher saying?
This is ridiculous. When Brian retired, what is he? Is he a Cavs
No, I'm
or a
asking.
Laker? That
I'm
dude
asking
is a
what
he's a
was
Cavs.
Derek Fisher argument? Was he saying
LeBron
LeBron
got a
shouldn't
Hall
get a? Is he saying LeBron shouldn't get a statue in LA or
in
general?
LA. That's it. He
I
should not
agree
get a
with
statue
that.
in
But
LA.
here's
But that don't mean you should get some.
Yeah, that don't mean that he
But
should
he was
get
being
one.
sarcastic. That's
I
he was
hope
being
so.
sarcastic.
I
We
hope
all know
so.
he was being
At
sarcastic.
the end of the day,
But Brian,
at the end of the
no,
day,
forget that, man.
LeBron
That's
got.
crazy.
At the end of the day, LeBron got enough on his resume to where I can see him getting the statue
purple
over
and
there.
gold?
Yes, because
Nah, man, no,
because
man.
what's the first criteria for anybody of the purple and gold to get anything? You gotta be a champion.
Yeah, but
gotta be a champion.
He shouldn't get no.
He's not
statue in
not no
LA.
Laker fan.
I'm not saying that he deserves
Statue
it.
in Cleveland.
I'm
Fine.
not saying that.
Statue in Cleveland.
I'm not saying
Fine.
that he deserves.
Should he get a statue in Miami?
I wouldn't argue against it. I wouldn't be against it.
Why? He's been
That's
in the purple and
Wiggins'
gold
team.
longer than he's been in the.
But he got
Yeah,
like
but-
2 championships in Miami.
That's Wade's team, but Wade had to pass the torch to him for them to win.
Oh my goodness, man. Look, man. Like, look.
I say give him a statue in Cleveland, and Derek Fisher need to go take several seats.
Statue in Cleveland.
What do you think,
Cool.
Andrea?
I agree.
This dude should not have no statue in LA.
Matt tends to think that Derek Fisher should get that's a good argument.
Let me pull up my message. I've never said anything about that.
That or Andre, he's doing what he always do, instigate.
Instigating what? What the?
Pull up the
my
messages.
instigating?
Pull up the
Let's see.
messages. Pull up the messages and see what you said to make me and Josh say like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, he ain't.
I just posted a picture.
There's no scenario where Derek Fisher deserves a statue. Point blank. Period. Point blank. Period.
Yeah, in his house.
The
that he paid
things
for.
that LeBron has
I
accomplished.
posted.
Derek Fisher can get a statue in his house
Let's
that he
see.
paid for.
Let me tell you why. LeBron would, if he gets a statue at all, he's more deserving than Derek Fisher. Okay, so he got the first criteria checked. He got a championship as a Laker. And not being just a role player, somebody that tags along, that makes a shot every now and then. He's a vital piece.
Well,
one of the main guys. That's the
Every
reason why
team
he
that
won.
he's played for, he's won a championship.
Right.
Can Derek Fisher say that?
No, he can't say that. So, the other thing, LeBron passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the scoring title in the purple and gold.
Has Derek Fisher passed anybody in anything?
Derek Fisher ain't passed me in points
I mean,
scored. So,
if Derek
over
Fisher
here.
has
How long
is
has
he
Kareem
passing anybody
played
in
for LA?
anything?
Huh?
How long have Kareem?
Answer
played
the
for
question, Matt. Has
What?
Derek Fisher
His
passed
points
anybody
in
in
his
anything?
career is
What
total.
has
It's not
Derek
just
Fisher?
LA.
Right. So how long
Has
has LeBron
anybody in
played?
anything?
22 years? 20, 21,
How long
22?
did
Kareem
Derek
played
Fisher
into his
play?
40s.
Hold on.
You hear that?
Hold on. How long did Derek Fisher play in the league for?
Everybody love Bron here. Huh?
No.
I hear y'all.
No, I'm not talking about
Everybody love
LeBron.
Bron here.
I ain't
Everybody
talking
Bron fans up
about
in
LeBron.
No,
here?
man, forget
Y'all-
Bron.
Y'all
Forget
is
Bron.
crazy.
Forget
Y'all
Bron.
crazy.
Forget Bron.
Everybody Bron fans.
Let's
up in
see
here on
y'all
this subject.
under this.
You just want Bron to retire.
No,
Don't
Derek
even
Fisher
be quiet.
means more than LA. No, I don't be
No,
quiet. I'm
be
a
quiet
keep
with that. Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
so when has Derek Fisher led anything in?
So I guess role players don't mean nothing, y'all. So
Oh my God. My God.
That's like talking about Matt Barnes to me.
So this is the thing.
That's like talking about Matt
I guess-
Barnes to me.
Okay, let me ask this question. What does the role players mean then? Nothing? Nothing?
They don't
Ain't nobody said that. Ain't nobody said that. Ain't nobody
so
said that.
okay.
But you talking about
Okay.
Derek Fisher like
Okay.
he was an out
Okay.
cold point
All
guard.
right, so get-
Show me.
Nah.
Show me on tape.
Nah.
What was Derek Fisher
Get-
so cold
get-
at that
get-
makes him
nah.
worthy of a statue?
Wait, what was you saying, Andrea?
No, like even though he was a great role player, he couldn't have got any of
Great is a stretch. Great is a stretch.
he couldn't have got any of his championships without
Kobe.
the star.
Get Kobe and Shaq and just get a bunch of dudes off the street and win like that. I guess the role players mean nothing. Just get anybody off the
You
street.
just handing out statues to all participants?
I didn't. Where did I say?
You handing out statues
Pull up
to
the
the folks
message
that
one more
happen
time.
to get a ring
Pull
for
up the
being at the
message.
right place at the right
Listen,
time?
look.
Pull up
I don't
the
want no
message.
dudes that was sitting in the back of the bus that just happened to be winners.
Pull up the
I don't
message.
want that.
Matt
Pull up the
said
message.
Derek Fisher is a better Laker, hands down.
No, he's
Not
not.
a Laker.
No, he's not.
Overall, career-wise.
No, he's not.
Better Laker.
You said what?
LeBron capable of doing more. He got more
Derek Fisher
points
is a
scored.
better
He got more
Laker. That's
rebounds.
what
He got
I
more
said.
blocks. Look, LeBron got more
So you
block
forget what you
shots.
said? You be forgetting
I don't
what you
forget
said.
what I said. I stand on what I said.
So why would you say
LeBron
that?
got more block shots as a Laker than
Kobe
Derek
even
Fisher
said
got
himself,
points.
Derek
Probably.
Fisher's best. There's other things you do
If
besides
you gotta
this.
hear secondhand from somebody on the team, and you can't see it
Listen,
for
man.
yourself,
He's
when you
not
watching
even
the game,
secondhand.
Listen,
He's
Bass-
not even secondhand.
Role players mean something. That's why you
Yeah,
win
but
championship.
You can't go from 0 to 100. You
Yeah,
can't say,
but
he means something to
The
me. He should
same
get a
way you
statue.
talked about Matt Barnes being, they still would have won if they would have placed him with somebody else.
Mhm.
They would have been able to win if they were to replace Derek Fisher with somebody else. Because you want to know why?
Absolutely.
Chemistry exists.
That era,
Chemistry exists. People act
like
like they
they
don't know
don't
about
use that as an
chemistry.
argument against me when I talk about Matt Barnes.
What are you talking about?
The way y'all was trying to talk about me about when I said Matt Barnes'
When?
name, when I was just mentioning it. Don't sit
What
here and act
situation?
like don't act like y'all don't remember this.
No, dial it back, brother. What
Dial it back.
situation?
Dial it back.
Yeah.
When I was listing the names of all the players that was on the team, and I said Matt Barnes, and I got clowned for it. You're talking about Matt Barnes
Does
like
Matt
he's
Barnes
somebody.
play point guard?
Does Matt Barnes play a vital role player, right? Role player.
Fisher is probably a better role player than Matt Barnes.
Listen, look,
I mean, I do agree with that.
I could care less. Derek Fisher is a replaceable point guard, especially in that era when there was real point guards in the league. Derek Fisher is replaceable heavily. You could have replaced him with Rayford Austin, and they probably would have done a whole lot more.
Really?
Yes.
Would he have fit in that system? Would he would have fit in that Lakers culture? Or was Fisher perfectly set?
I don't know. It depends on how much money the refs was being paid for them to win.
Nelson took Rayford Austin's spot in the finals.
That's because he was already the starter before.
Why?
That's because he was already the starter before him.
Did you agree with that?
No, I didn't agree with that because he was coming off an injury. See, he liked to bring up certain details to make his argument look good. Jameer Nelson was coming off an injury. He couldn't even participate in the All-Star game, which he got voted for. He got voted for an All-Star game that year. But he couldn't participate because he was hurt. And Stan Van Gundy tried to rush him back so he can be a starter when the team was flowing with Rayford Austin.
I guess wherever Brian land is just what it is.
It's not about LeBron.
It is.
It's not about LeBron.
They love this guy.
But you comparing them to LeBron.
Man, listen, man. Brian is on Mount Rushmore. He is. But as a Laker,
he means more.
Man. No.
You talking about it's not just basketball. He made more money for them than Derek Fisher did.
You told me yourself the Lakers just make money, period.
Yeah, but when you
LeBron or not.
But when you bring a big name to that franchise, you make more money. There's a reason why Luka Doncic jerseys was #1 sell jersey since he got traded over there. The name does mean something.
Man, listen, man. At the end of the day, Fisher's the more. Hey,
in your opinion.
LA.
In your opinion. There ain't no fact there.
Look at it.
You ain't even got no ground to stand on.
How many
you haven't even said nothing.
You haven't even said nothing. I want to look at how many championships that Fisher got.
Riding Kobe and Shaq, of course.
Role players are writers now?
They've always been writers. They always been writers.
Mean anything? Huh?
No, I never said they mean
nothing. About how you need role players. You need a bench, you need role players.
You need them to win. But role players like him, what was his career average? Did he average more than 10?
Have you told me yourself that you do things that's now in the stat sheet?
Matt, why are you arguing about Derek Fisher having a stat sheet?
Sitting here trying to figure that out. Like he over
here.
Like
we talking about
what does Derek Fisher do that's so cold?
Huh?
What does Derek Fisher do that's so cold?
He can't
say nothing. That's the reason why he can't say nothing to that.
Question,
he can't say he's a cold passer. He can't say he cold with the handle. He can't say he cold on defense. He can't say that he's a cold leader on the floor. He can't say none of that.
Why?
What
has Derek Fisher done?
Champion. Hold
on. What has Derek Fisher done to earn a statue though?
I never said he. Where in the text did I say Fisher deserves a statue? Where? If you scroll through there and tell me where I said
so answer the question, do you think he should have a statue?
No.
What do you think?
I said neither one of them. Did you read what
I can agree with that.
Did you read that?
I can agree with that.
I said neither deserves a statue.
I can agree with that. That's why I said it's slightly true. But if you want to compare the two, if you're giving a statue to LeBron or to Derek Fisher, you're giving it to LeBron over Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2009.
Wait, how long did...
Hold on. He won 5 championships.
Okay. And
5-time champion.
Would he have won those without the people that was on his team?
He's a role player.
Okay, then that's the point, and he don't
You
deserve no statue.
See what I'm saying? He still can't say one thing to me.
5-time NBA champion.
That Derek Fisher is cold at on the court.
5-time.
LeBron ain't never been no role player in one of the championships.
Yeah,
I don't never care if he's never been a role player. Now I could care less, dog.
You should because he's won championships.
Congratulations,
so he could never be a role player.
Congratulations, man. But we talk about in LA. LA Lakers.
Like I said.
Okay, is he a more important Laker than Kareem?
No.
Magic?
No.
Kobe?
No.
Shaq?
No.
Who else? Where are they? Like, no, let's look at the Lakers
difference.
Nope.
But notice the difference of caliber player that he's bringing up now.
Nope.
He's bringing up Hall of Fame dudes.
Nope.
Dudes that's certified.
Nope, let's see.
He's bringing up dudes.
Hold
no.
on. Lewis should ask this
question. He might as well say, oh yeah, how does LeBron compare to Smush Parker? Smush Parker was in the Lakers uniform.
Better role player. Derek Fisher better role player than Miss Parker. Now listen, greatest Lakers. Is he better? Is he more important? I said Laker, not player, as a Laker, because if we look at the Pistons, you wouldn't say Cade Cunningham is a more important Piston than Isaiah Thomas, would you?
No.
All right then.
Comparing apples to apples.
Right here.
Comparing apples to oranges.
Now listen.
You over here talking about some dude that's just replaceable on the side. No. You ain't even gonna get this off. I ain't gonna allow that. I ain't gonna allow that nonsense.
Now listen.
Melissa, don't entertain this. Because you talking about Hall of Famers compared to somebody that doesn't
I'm
even.
going down the line here.
You're going down the line of Hall of Famers. Get away from the Hall of Famers. Get away from the Hall of Famers.
More important.
Get away from the Hall of Famers. No, you ain't gonna get this off.
Now listen.
Say it in terms of Hall of Famers.
Forget all that. Now listen, Magic.
Dude on that dope. He on some different kind of dope.
Do that.
He on different kind. No. Oil must have got rubbed on him or something like that. Because he doing something different.
Now listen. LeBron, Magic, Portland Lakers. Which one?
Listen to that. Hall of Famers.
Huh?
LeBron and Magic, more important Lakers.
Of course, Magic.
Okay, Kobe.
Matt, your name.
Kareem.
Your name is
Jerry West. Jerry West only got one.
And yet you still threw Derek Fisher.
Elgin Baylor.
He the logo.
Elgin Baylor. Is he more important than Elgin Baylor?
No.
Okay. George Mikan.
I can say yes to that. Turn your head all you want.
James Worthy.
No.
Wilt the Stilt.
No.
Gail Goodrich.
I can say yes to that.
Vern Mickelson.
I can say yes to that too.
Jamal Wilkes.
I can say yes to that too. You saying yes to that in your head too.
Who said that?
You saying yes to that in your head too.
I asked the question. Norm Nixon.
Yes.
Oh, they got Derek Fisher as a Laker great. Derek Fisher, Laker great.
A Laker great, really.
Derek Fisher, Laker great.
So let's
Laker great.
Let's jump on to another topic
Laker
real
great.
quick.
This dude right here, he on some other stuff, dog.
Okay, what y'all think about that Remy Ma and Papoose situation?
They tripping. Now, Derek Fisher, they got him listed as a Laker great.
Man, come on.
He can be listed as Laker great.
All you want
for your satisfaction.
Greatest Lakers.
Matt,
greatest Lakers. That's all you look. You can have it all you want.
Man,
you can have it all you want.
You gotta agree with me. You can stand on mine.
You can be wrong.
Let's talk about the Papoose and Remy Ma situation.
Talking about Bron is a more important Laker than Fisher with 5 chips.
Can we talk about Papoose and Remy, please?
There's a difference between getting carried
being
and
Josh,
carried.
do you know what's going on with Papoose and Remy Ma?
I don't know all the details. I just know it's messed up. Papoose got did dirty, in my opinion. Papoose got did dirty, in my opinion. I have no sympathy for Remy Ma.
But I also hear that Papoose was doing his fair share of dirt.
I'm not gonna say that he got clean hands, but when you behind bars and he holding you down, and then he helping you get free.
But what do you think about them putting all their business out there like
terrible?
That? Shouldn't be doing that.
You never should do that because, to me, I'm gonna say this. This is what I think. No, you don't erase 20 years. I don't care how cold you try to be or how hard you try to be. 20 years is 20 years with somebody. No one can fill that void. No one.
Shouldn't be able to.
No one can fill that void. If you've been with somebody for 20 years, no new person is gonna fill. It's like getting a new toy or getting new something. It's always fun at first, but nah, they probably having fun together. Oh, this is fresh and new. But at the end of the day, Easy don't know Remy like that. Clarissa don't know Pap like that. Okay. These love will have you acting out of pocket. Would you agree with that, Josh?
Absolutely.
Love will have you acting out of pocket.
Love make you overlook things that you shouldn't.
But even just acting, you not a cool customer no more with love and stuff. Because love actually hurts. It don't really feel good. See, all this flower stuff you know it's true. All that flower rainbow stuff. I always say this. When the movies, they look at the marriage, and they don't ever talk about what happens after the credits roll. You know what I'm saying? That's when the smoke happened after the credits roll. You know what I mean? They look at the reception, they kiss, oh, the credits. They don't talk about the aftermath. It's all kind of stuff that happens. They've been married for 20 years. 20, you know what I mean? 20. And whenever you got somebody who don't even talk publicly, wanting to put out stuff, he looked uncomfortable too.
Oh,
like
really?
he didn't want to do it.
That means he's hurt.
Wow.
Yeah, he's.
That means he hurt. They both hurt.
Yeah, he out there.
They both hurt. They both still feeling each other, but the pride won't let them just come to the table like, listen, let's just fix this. Because I don't think neither one of them care about the new person as much as they really care about each other. I don't care nobody say.
I think Clarissa Shields needs to just,
she needs to relax because
until them divorce papers are signed, because he could go back to his wife and his wife can go back and they can reconcile.
They can reconcile at any given time.
Because at the end of the day, it don't matter what they're going through. That's his wife.
Yeah, for real. I don't care. My man's can talk all the junk he won't. Yeah, I'm hit. Listen, if something happened to Remy, guess what? You have no say so. It's Papoose that have to say so. If something happened to Papoose, she could talk all that stuff all they want. They going to her, not you. You know what I'm saying?
Not her, not his parents.
If he in the hospital, anything.
She makes all those decisions for him.
If he in the hospital, she in the hospital, they overlooking both of y'all.
Yeah.
Right, but
and you know that happens.
As a dead person, you don't. Dead people don't care.
But
it ain't about that. I'm talking about even if they in the.
That's what happened to a family member of mine, where the wife was split up from the husband. The husband had a girlfriend. They were still married, and when he died, the wife made all them decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Like this is real talk, man.
Scandal, even though they were not together.
Listen, man. At the end of the day, I think that. I would not be out here speaking up. Yeah, that's my woman right there. She's still married to somebody. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Because all it takes is one of them to come to the table genuinely. Hey, listen. Let's start this over on a clean slate. We both was tripping. Mm-hmm. Let's start this. So I want to have my family. Boom, boom, bang.
But has it gone too far for it to get to that point?
Man, I've seen people come back from worse. I've seen people get together from worse, dog.
Based on what you know.
I mean, look at Dwayne Wade and
Gabrielle.
Gabrielle, he had a whole baby outside of her, and they came back together.
Yeah, but that happens all the time.
But
I've seen people come back from.
But what makes you think that wouldn't happen with Papoose and Remy? They could be going through what they're going through.
This the bad part.
I want to reconcile with my wife. Everybody else looking like Boo Boo the Fool.
They will be. Listen. I do not recommend flaunting no married woman or no married man.
And that's why you shouldn't date someone who's going through a divorce.
Because
you shouldn't be dating nobody that's married, period.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you shouldn't be involved with somebody like
when
that.
People say
you're going through we're separated.
Let them get their stuff worked out and then you try to insert yourself into
people act like they know what's up. You can get talk. Listen, man, people are people, okay? Yeah, it may be this pillow talk or the lust talk and everything. But once the husband come through, like, listen, let's stop all this and really get this done. And you know what I mean? Man, she gonna go back to this dude, man, because she wouldn't be on the internet entertaining this. She'd be like, man, F you, man, just sign the paper. I'm not saying nothing. You know what I mean? And him too. So if you are Clarissa or Easy, how would you feel if this is your boyfriend or girlfriend? How would you feel if this is your boyfriend or girlfriend making lives for 2 hours, giving details about, you know what I mean? If y'all together, how would you feel about that? Wouldn't you feel some type of way? Mm-hmm. Just a little, Josh.
I mean,
Josh, if you, for example.
I mean, I'm cut a little bit different. When I move on, I ain't making a U-turn. So
I've seen that already.
Yeah, like
I didn't know that he denied that.
Yeah, he's scared. But this is the thing, right?
Yeah, he'll say that to protect his life.
So this is the thing. So Josh, let's hypothetically speak this here. Mm-hmm. Hypothetically, this all in hypothetical, OJ. Mm-hmm. Now, if Andrea was if you was dating, I know you did. If this was the situation, if you was going through a divorce, right? Y'all going through, but you on the internet going back and forth with your ex-husband or whatever, talk about the details and everything and what happened, and you just sitting there chilling. Wouldn't you feel some type of way if she's entertaining this situation? Like, man, you with me.
I wouldn't care because I'll be like, look, you can believe that if you want to. You can believe that if you want to. That's how I'm cut. Mm-hmm. You can believe that if you want to. And if I'm involved with somebody else and they choose to believe that, I'll be like, look, the person that I showed you all this time that we've been together, if you can't believe that and you choose to believe this, then we don't need to be together. Go ahead. If you want to believe that, go ahead, believe that. But I'm not.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Well, he asked me a hypothetical question.
What was the you said if Andrea
the hypothetical is if she was on the internet,
right,
going back and forth with her her husband she's about to separate with, but giving all 2-hour details about things while they go back and forth on the internet, but y'all together and she entertaining this. How do you feel sitting on the sideline watching this? Like, are y'all still?
Because at that point in time, the way I know how to operate to get over somebody from the past is just X them out of my life completely.
Okay, so what if she's not Xing the ex out of her life completely and she argued with him online and all that stuff? What would you think?
If I'm not involved in it,
No,
I mean, because
in the scenario, you're the boyfriend.
You're the boyfriend.
So if I'm entertaining,
yeah, like if she's arguing online with her husband and you the boyfriend, what would you think about her continuously going back and forth?
I mean, I wouldn't be in that situation.
It's hypothetical.
Hypothetically, that wouldn't happen because I'm not cut like that. I'm not going to get involved with a situation like that because that just sounds like a train wreck.
That's why I told you. And hypothetical, man. That's why I said
I can't even see myself doing that hypothetically. I can't see myself doing that. Like I can only see.
Would you be like, I'm gonna let y'all handle y'all stuff
breaking up with you.
Yeah. That would be, I would be like, oh, I'm gonna let you handle your situation.
Listen, man, I could read between lines well. Y'all still got something, which is fine. Y'all been married for 20 years. I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? So, hey.
You will be a fool to think that there ain't nothing that still exists.
All it takes is one serious phone call. Whenever folks is getting messaged at 10:59 p.m., if that's the truth, there's feelings still there. Why are you hitting me up at 11 p.m.? Why? What? Now, if this was 2 o'clock, like the kids, hey, okay, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, cool. But after hours, why are you hitting me after hours?
Right.
Talking about some divorce papers after hours.
Right.
I mean, you can hit me at 12 in the afternoon about that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's crazy. Nobody's slick around here.
Man, look. They whole situation. I ain't gonna doubt that Pat Pooh's got guilt in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I seen him hold her down while she was behind bars.
But do you think a lot of that stuff is for the cameras and to be fronting?
I don't know, because Pat
Pat
Pooh doesn't strike me as a dude that does stuff for the camera.
I would say this. I say a lot of people that say they know him, whatever, say he not really cut like that on some other stuff. But
yeah, he doesn't strike me as a person that want to be all up in the camera's face.
But do I think she probably gave him a pass or something while she was in prison?
Yeah, go ahead and get you some because I can't give it to you. I can see that
being the case.
I can definitely see that being
like
the case.
Just you better end it by the time, because when I was locked up and the dude, he was telling me, because the dude who taught me how to write was always locked up. He told me like, hey, I'm always in jail. So my woman is like, listen, he do different stretches. You know what I mean? Sometimes you go to prison. Sometimes he like, listen, I know that, you know what I mean? I'm taking you through all this. So it's like, if you need to relieve, okay, cool. But it better be ended when I get out though. Better be ended when I get out.
And that's risky.
That's a dangerous
and that's
game
crazy
too.
in itself.
That's risky.
Because you don't know if he can get this person pregnant or if he can catch a disease.
Well, yeah. But that's
they get married and they have a whole family, and you are no longer part of the picture.
But that's like open relationships. That's the same thing when you had an open relationships. That's
why you shouldn't do it.
My man.
That's exactly why you shouldn't do it.
Bringing people into your home and all that, and wanting to spice it up with 3 people and 4 people and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, look. At the end of the day, man, look, all of that stuff is heading down a road of destruction. Like, you're gonna tear your life apart. You're gonna tear your family apart. You're gonna put people that you love, you're gonna put them through stuff that they shouldn't be getting put through. But just because you had to do you, as they like to say, as an adult, because you don't think about other people no more, because you had to do you as an adult, then you're gonna hurt a whole lot of other people in the process.
Yeah.
I mean, look.
Listen, no one, I'm gonna say this.
Do you think there's hope for them to reconcile?
Yes, I always think it's because I've seen people reconcile from worse. I've seen people divorce and get reconciled, complete divorces and
Right.
then come back. So
Right. I mean,
when
there's,
you with
there's
somebody-
enough stories that says that it could happen.
20 years is a long time. You don't just delete that unless you some cyborg. You know what I'm saying? You don't.
Mhm.
You don't. That's
Right.
why people acting out of pocket because they hurt. They don't know how to. That's why they say you gotta be careful who you sleep with. All that. You know what I mean? Because those feelings is something else.
Right.
Something you can't manage. You know what I mean? Like you can't manage that. You know, growing up, they always
Especially if that's your wife.
listen.
Your wife.
How serious?
Yeah, but like we know titles don't mean nothing anymore.
But this the thing. This the thing. Like when growing up,
So you don't think titles meant anything to them?
I don't think it means anything to them because half the world don't uphold the marriage arrangement the way they're
But
supposed
even
to.
Do
with
y'all
that being
think
said,
Clarissa
Josh,
Shields should fall back and
she need to chill, man. Seriously, but
Yeah.
and that's Michigan, but you need to chill. But growing up, let's put the title stuff aside because we know that's not the case. But sex is nature. Feelings come with that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They always when you grow up, the talk gets serious when it come to that every
Right.
time.
Mhm.
Whether it's parents or not, like, hey, you gotta be careful who you lay down with because them feelings is something else. That's some serious stuff. You know what I mean? That can have you acting out of pocket. So if you married for somebody for 20 years, all that, and you don't want to see them with somebody else. And love could be not logical. You know what I'm saying? There's no logic behind it. You know what I mean? So people acting, this is no logic behind this. This is number feelings. People being stubborn, all kind of stuff. This is hurt, stubbornness, non-logic on both ends. Because y'all both were other people allegedly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But y'all
But don't
both
just rebound.
that's what I said. This rebound stuff.
They just
So
rebound.
do you think Clarissa Shields is a rebound?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
She's just a rebound.
Do you think
100%.
Easy the Black?
Because, like,
Do you
first
think
of all,
Easy the Black captain?
do you think she good
Yeah.
looking?
Clarissa?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Listen, man.
You think Easy the Black captain is rebound?
Of course. They all
Because
is.
I mean, and let's not. We talk
I'm
about.
not sure if he's a rebound.
I'm sorry. Look at this. He gonna say, is she attractive? Is any of them
Like,
these
on
are the
real
most
stuff, like
basic looking?
they
folks
like regular people that's.
cheating on the most basic looking. I mean, this literally like your next door
You
neighbor.
think Remy cold? Remy not cold,
I'm
fam.
not saying that because she wear a lot of makeup. dog.
Exactly,
Remy-
and
Remy
she's had
so-
plastic
Remy.
surgery. So we're talking about. Let's not talk about this Remy. Let's talk about the real Remy.
No,
okay?
Remy. The real Remy was when she was in the green suit.
Exactly.
Remy is regular in the mud. I can go to Detroit. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
all these cats.
All these folks look busted.
All
okay?
these places regular to me. All these cats. At the end of the day, look. This is all feelings out here. That's all. That's why I haven't really nothing. It's like, look, they still. What I do know is they still love each other, and they have a hard time.
I mean, the
seeing
love
this.
doesn't go away.
That's what
The-
I'm saying. 20 years
love-
is 20 years.
The love doesn't go away, but
That's tough,
but,
man.
but your principles for exercising love for the person could change. Like, you could be like, I still love her, but I'm not gonna go out my way to make sure she's straight no more. Like, I'm gonna be like,
Whenever
I'm a
Pat
hope
say,
for-
yeah, I still be giving my mother-in-law money and helping.
What? He
yeah, he
said
said
that?
Yeah.
Get
He
out
like,
here.
yeah, that's still my mother-in-law. No,
So he still claim her
at
as
this
a
point,
mother.
Clarissa Shields should be
hey,
looking
you
at
gonna
him.
try that bamboo?
I just tried it. Yeah, I'm trying it right now.
Oh, you mixing it with the Coke?
At this,
Oh,
I
ain't
think you can
supposed
drink
to?
that straight.
Oh,
at this point, like, so if somebody's still calling somebody their
I just
mother-in-law,
mixed it with the Coke. I
Listen,
didn't know.
if somebody's still calling somebody their mother-in-law,
If we were divorced and you got like in a new relationship, or if we split up and you got in a new relationship and you still saying my parents in-laws, if I was your girl, I'd feel away.
yeah,
You can't be cool with them no more.
If you're
So you
calling
still calling
them my
them
in-laws still.
you cool with the in-law talk,
I don't.
and you with a new man?
No,
Or
but
you-
I'm saying like these are relationships that you build.
Okay, I'm
like
listening
you
to your
gotta
popcorn.
automatically like divorce them too.
So if Josh,
Listen, look,
Hold
you
on,
ain't
hold on,
you,
nah.
you ain't even got to go down that road.
Nah.
I tried that. That don't work.
what?
It don't work. To try to still be cool with the in-laws of an ex, that don't
You was
work.
married once.
No, but I've been in other relationships
Yeah.
before her.
Cool with the ex is not married, Josh?
No, the in-laws.
Oh, in-law? Yeah,
That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, like
You talking about the in-laws, right? That stuff don't work.
It don't. That's what I'm
That
saying.
stuff don't work. You
so-
can't do that.
It don't work for the sister-in-law either.
So if he was previously married and still calling somebody else the in-law, you cool with that, Andrea? You gonna be all right with that? You not gonna be all right with that. So go ahead and
Why are
rub
you-
that
Why
on
is
there.
that so?
You know what I mean? Why is that so
Right
bad?
down there.
She said, "Why is that so bad?"
No, here's why it's so bad. Because every
I
single
wish I
time,
would call his ex.
because every single time you go around there,
like, oh, okay, you can stay with her then.
because if the in-laws is cool with you like that, every single time you go around there, they gonna want you to be back with their daughter.
Or they gonna find a way.
Fact.
Oh, I didn't know he was here.
They gonna want you to be around with their daughter. And then the next thing you know, that's gonna stir a whole pot because that's gonna cause an argument between them and the daughter. Because they're gonna be like, you need to get back with so-and-so. And she gonna be like, where did this come from? Right? Like, that's just a bad idea.
Or they gonna find ways to
angle.
make sure y'all in the same room together.
They gonna, look, that stuff do not work.
You gotta cut all ties.
Yeah,
Your family,
you gotta cut all
everybody gotta cut ties.
Listen, look, I see you when I see you. Outside of that, I'm
When
not.
I see you was love, but we ain't gonna plan to see each other.
Do you think your people will try to hook us back up?
They got their own problems. You know, they so used to like other family stuff going on. They at this point the roller coaster's been rolled so many times. They just like, hey, as long as she able to, you know what I'm saying, sustain.
Well,
My family has been down that road more than once.
like you said, it's a bad idea.
I've been down that road.
Terrible idea. I don't think
that's a
that.
Not
terrible
with
idea.
me.
That's
Because
a
Matt and
terrible
I've been
idea.
together almost 20 years, so
That's
it
a-
ain't me.
That's a terrible idea,
That's
man.
a terrible idea.
Be cool with it. Nah, man.
But they will do a lot of comparisons.
Yeah, to her, I
They
ain't gonna hear
will,
it.
they will do that. Well, you know, her ex-husband, he didn't talk to her like that. Or he, you know, it'll be a lot of comparisons.
That's
but
only natural though. Like when you a parent and you see your daughter or your son, whichever one, and you see the person that they newly involved with, and you know the person that they used to be involved with, you naturally gonna compare.
Yeah, they were like,
Because you gonna be like,
he didn't never talk to her.
this
like
person was better.
that. All right.
So it's like, what do you see in this dude?
Right.
After 20 years, it's like y'all got to try to figure out how to make something work, man. Like that's a long time to be trying to especially.
No, my dad would probably push for us to stay together for sure.
Nah, 20 years is a long time. You don't just.
Cause he was like, oh, please take her, please take her.
You don't.
Her.
Look, 20 years is a long time. I can't imagine trying to.
Being together for 20 years is a very long time.
Trying to start fresh with somebody else, getting to know them.
Now, people don't
Well,
realize
it's for
they
more than
crap.
20 years actually when you think about it, because was it a 20-year marriage?
No, we've been.
No, I'm talking about,
Them,
was it a 20-year
Oh,
marriage?
for Papoose and Remy, when did they get married?
Was it a 20-year marriage?
I don't,
Because
I think collectively they've been together for 20 years. So collectively,
Okay,
I think.
well, it's a whole dub.
And
like,
they have
you
a
done-
daughter together. Yeah,
That's
step
2
children.
decades.
That you don't just
And
You watch
step
like
children.
cell phones go from flip to the touch screen. You
Yeah.
know what
like
I'm saying?
dog, like you got to find a way to, because trying to do all that, rebuild that was no, man. Like there's no possible way.
And like you said, Josh, you going to prison, visiting. So you've been in hard times together.
That's why I feel
Good
like
times together.
I
Been through the mud.
I feel the most for him, because I'm
You
like,
don't-
everything that you did for her while she was at her lowest point.
It's hard to like you can't replace somebody who's been through the gutter.
mud.
You can't replace that. You can't. There's some things you just can't replace.
Yeah.
You're gonna always compare her to the new girl,
Huh.
regardless of who it is.
Through the mud, you cannot.
And
Nah.
you know what's gonna happen when you compare the two? You're gonna start looking at her like she was better than her.
But that's like
She is
when
better than her.
people come up, right? And there's that one dude that been with them since they was sandbox through the dirt, didn't have nothing.
Right.
Man, we through every single, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've been rocking like that. Yeah, she in the back.
No, I mean like.
Oh, yeah.
Tell her to take the knock off.
I mean, as long as you don't hear no
How
noise,
am I supposed to tell her? Like, you know.
as long as you don't hear nothing, you know what I mean?
Right,
But you
yeah.
know, if just like when you got that one guy that's always been with you with the sandbox, no matter what though. Like I ain't talking about when it's good he there, when it's bad is there. Like when it's good we eating, when we ain't eating, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? We still rocking. That's the one you never that's always around. Like this dude been with me since, you know what I mean?
And that's how it is with our marriage. We done been with each other for the lowest points, the highest points. It's hard to like go to another person and you didn't.
You might as well just live your life single for the rest of your life.
Yeah, for real. I can't. I ain't.
You might as well just live your life single.
Because even if you came across some paper, right, and then you meet a new person and they met you when you got the paper, there's no way to know that this person rocking with you. You don't. There's a such thing as organic things.
It's real good with the coat.
Oh, you like that?
There's a such thing as organic stuff. You cannot fake that. Like organic, like
try it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, look, it's sad to see them because I mean, it seemed like for a second like they was like the symbol for like the great black hope.
They may get back together though. That's the thing. They haven't even filed for divorce, and this has been going on for like what, at least a year, right?
Nah, a couple longer than that.
Longer than that?
Yeah, longer than that. Longer than that.
I don't know. At the end of the day,
I feel like it is a very bad look for them to put all that out there.
That's always bad because at the end of the day, you make yourself
no matter what she said on the internet at the Breakfast Club or her interview, Remy should know.
First of all, the Breakfast Club is messy.
They didn't even ask something crazy.
The Breakfast Club
Christy feels like the elephant in the room. Like what? You know, we got.
She didn't even really speak on it like that.
No, she just said, they got to sign. But you know how girls talk to each other like ants do.
We are reckless.
Telepathically. They know how to.
We are 10 times worse than guys are.
Would you agree that oh, Andrea, you ain't got the mic on. I was about to ask you a question. You know what I mean? Let her clip up before I ask her.
I'm glad you took this off.
Let her clip up.
We all wondering. So I want to know.
That ain't no food. Yeah, you better listen to Alpha.
Now, would you say, do you know how to push girls? Would you say you know how to push a female's buttons, Andrea?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
You said that like it's easy.
Yeah.
She's like, I do this.
Yeah, you know how to. Would you say you know how to piss a female off real quick, real easy? Darling.
All she got to do is that look she look. All Andrea got to do is just look like how she look.
Listen, girls know how to. Girls is cold-blooded.
People be like, who is that? And I'm like, no,
girls
she's really
is cold-blooded.
You know it's bad when your friends got to be like, no, she's really nice, you guys. Just ignore the facial expression. Just ignore the facial expression.
Girls is cold-blooded.
Really nice. Girls like, oh, she's really dope. I told you.
Girls is cold-blooded. They cold.
Yeah.
They worse than, dudes kill each other. So I guess that's bad.
Women can do worse than kill. See, there's worse things.
Death is not always the worst.
Right. There's worse things than offing each other. Slow torture is what women love to do. We like that slow social torture that we do, for years,
I'm pregnant with his baby, so what now?
That right there.
Yeah, see.
Wait, Love and Hip Hop.
That
actually happened. She was like, remember on the reunion when Amina was like, Tyra was like, they were like, how you feel to have Peter's last baby? And Amina like, really? Because boom. She had took the shirt off, like the pregnant belly.
That's
I'm like, dang. And then when she put that marriage license out, she was like, you just a side chick. She's like, no, I'm his wife. And then she took that license out. I was like, God.
That's low, man.
Jeez.
Women is women. Man.
You'd rather get shot in a drive-thru.
How low that they willing to get.
Women, dog, they low. Man.
Listen, look.
So y'all think men catch it by women? Women catch it by women 10 times harder. When you an enemy of another woman?
Yeah, because you know what each other is capable of. And you know what it takes to make her feel it. So, dudes, we ain't that deep of thinkers.
That's why I don't think Clarissa Shields is that innocent here.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing things.
But
no,
wasn't Easy the Block Captain doing things too? He was on that female stuff.
But everybody,
you gotta admit that.
No, you gotta admit that. Listen, battle rap people know what's up with him.
But
see, everybody don't know. See, I've been following Easy the Block Captain before. In the battle rap community, we all know this dude's this cat right here. You know what I mean? That's why everybody laughing at him. You know what I'm saying? It's like this dude's man. But what we see that Clarissa's doing, I'm like, nah, she over here talking to Remy without talking to Remy.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking to her. Yeah, he gonna be in the microphone with her.
Oh shit. Oh, punch it.
Now, he's gonna be she talking to Remy without talking to her.
Yeah.
You know, that's all she's doing. And Remy know that. That's why because women is like, you know what I mean? Like,
So is they gonna squabble or what?
They can't.
No, they
She's
can't.
a professional boxer. She can go to jail. Her hands are registered.
Yeah,
She
but
literally go to jail for that.
Remy from off the block, she's supposed
It
to be
don't
able
matter.
to keep it a
When you have
solid. She's supposed to be able to catch that fade and keep it between her and them two.
No, ain't no fades there. You see what she said? Oh, she can come to the barbecue if she act right. She's talking to her. She's like, oh yeah, you know, we trying to have a family and all that type of stuff. She can
You know
come.
it's messed up if like your husband leave you for somebody that you know can beat you up. You like, I can't fight her.
Is that really messed up though?
Yeah, cause she talking Triz ash and I can't do nothing about it cause she'll have me in the corner.
Isn't that the point when you move on
that
from
girl
your past?
That girl that Clarissa Shields just fought, that big old girl, she whooped. I'm like, man, this chick big. Beat the brakes off her. I'm like,
But
man.
isn't that the point when you break up with somebody? Isn't your purpose to upgrade?
I just told you, love is not logic.
He upgraded with them hands cause ain't no way I'm about to fight her.
Your whole point
I'll
should
be
be
like,
upgraded.
you know what? I'm gonna just take my kids. Like,
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you left somebody and you downgraded,
I know my limits, child.
Well, people say that. See, this is the theory. People say that Papoose upgraded and Remy downgraded.
Well, she did downgrade. Let's
That's what people
I've
say.
never seen an attractive boxer, so like, what does she look like?
All right, let me
an
show you
attractive
something.
female box.
Let
She
me
right
show
about
you
that
something.
part.
Let me show you, child.
Oh.
I can't believe Andre ain't looked this.
She right about. I mean, well, she don't care about who
First
that
of all,
girl
every
is.
boxer is not ugly.
Wait
I've
till
never
Andre.
seen an attractive.
Female box,
Man, listen.
All right, here you go. I'm gonna put this on images.
muscle bound women that don't got no breasts.
What's wrong with being in shape?
No, it ain't being in shape. They ain't designed to be looking like it.
This is what Papoose is.
They looking like they can bench
This
press
is what
305.
Like she just got out of jail.
Jesus Christ. Listen,
Dang.
Clarissa Shields, that's Michigan all
Michigan,
day,
though.
representing to the fullest.
I don't care.
That don't mean
Michigan
nothing.
all day.
Michigan don't mean nothing.
Michigan all day.
Florida.
Where's she
Michigan
From Flint.
representing to the fullest. Michigan.
And
the whole
she's not a
M.
small girl. She's tall. She's 5'8", 165. So I guess she's like standard.
Michigan to
Wait,
the
is that
fullest.
middle? Oh no, she's heavyweight.
Yeah,
She's heavyweight.
Michigan all day repping. I don't listen.
You think she's attractive?
I don't listen.
No,
I
Matt
have
has
no-
never said nothing about her being attractive.
I have nothing to say.
All he says,
So
she's
no.
from Michigan, though.
That's Michigan.
Automatically.
Just like Alicia
you know, 'cause she's
Baumgartner.
Michigan.
I would say Alicia
Didn't you
Baum-
meet Clarissa Shields?
Yeah, I met her at the gas station.
She did. How did she look?
This was COVID time.
Probably like that picture.
No, it was COVID. Okay, can I say this? Listen, when I was
You wonder why they say we're cool.
when I was going to work, you know what I mean? Because it was COVID, fresh COVID time. You know what I'm saying?
The last one.
I mean, maybe with some makeup, I could see.
Okay, let me
Fresh-
see if I can
Alicia-
find
If that's
her
what
with
you
some
got to
makeup.
say to
Alright,
make
listen.
a woman look good.
Alicia,
then.
pull up
Let me
Alicia
find
Baumgartner.
Let me find her with some makeup.
That's more Michigan. You know what I'm saying? But Alicia Baumgartner, who they got like the little rivals, she
Let
probably
me
looks
see
better.
if I can find
At
her
the
with
end
some
of the
makeup.
day, saying that she from Michigan doesn't change it.
That's
Okay,
Michigan
here's
all
her
day.
with makeup on.
That doesn't
Spartans,
change
you know what I
anything.
mean? Listen, man.
Not
Said
terrible.
maybe we should make her.
Listen, Alicia Baumgartner probably looks better
Wait,
than her. Yes.
what's her name?
Alicia Baumgartner. She from Michigan.
Alicia.
It'll pop right up, Alicia, and they put B
Alicia.
Baumgartner or something. I don't know how to spell that. But I met her at the gas station. It was COVID. She had the mask on, trying to be low. I knew the voice. 'Cause I watched boxing. I'm like, hold on. So
She spoke to you or something?
no. I pulled up on her because she was at the register, and I heard the voice. I'm like, because she only like this big, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I pull. I'm like, hey, you Alicia. I'm not the autograph guy. I'm just like, hey, I watched your fight. Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, this
Salute.
is Alicia Baumgartner. She's
pretty.
pretty.
Yeah, she not, all
Let me
women
see.
boxers not terrible, you know what I mean?
Listen, dog, them arms would turn me off so fast. I'm sitting there
Listen,
listening.
ain't nothing wrong with being in shape.
Listen,
There's
look,
nothing wrong with being in shape.
that's not being in shape.
That is in shape.
No,
gotta-
that is
in
not
order to
being in
box,
shape.
You gotta be in shape. You
No.
can't be out of shape.
Listen,
You
dog.
gotta be able to, you know what I mean?
A muscle-bound female is not considered in shape to me.
I don't even think that's muscle bound. That's just boxing shape. Muscle
You ain't see the
bound,
biceps on that woman?
that's boxing muscles.
Athleticism.
Whatever. Y'all give her all the passes that you want just because she's from Michigan.
Listen, man. Hey.
Just because she's from Michigan, y'all can give her all the passes that you want.
That's not,
Look, she over here. Look, if you see her in the gym working out, you're gonna be like, "Is that a boy or is that a
no,
is that
you
a
can
dude
tell
or is
the
that a woman?"
difference. Tell the difference.
Not from the face,
Yeah, from the face.
but when you look at the body,
She don't got no man
I'm
body.
not talking.
She don't got a man body, Josh. That's
Well,
not a man body.
This Michigan stuff, you swing it as much as you want. Swing it as much as you want.
That doesn't have anything to do with it.
Well, look.
Muscle-bound females look the same, no matter where they at.
What
They
you
don't.
mean, Josh? So, okay. All right, so you don't like no kind of tone? I'm just asking.
It's not tone. That's not tone. That's
What's your limit with tone?
what's my limit with tone?
Yeah, with tone, what's your limit?
What's my girl name that played Tina Turner?
Did she play Malcolm X as the wife? Talking about her?
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett.
As far as I'm going. As far as it goes. Because she was skinny, but she was cut. Like she did like this, and you seen every cut muscle tone in her arm.
Mm-hmm.
Shoulders and all. That's not even attractive to me.
So you just so like you don't like no kind of like cut or any sort of nothing.
I like a woman that look like a woman.
Women can look like women in shape, Josh.
I like a woman that looks like a woman.
What is that? What is that? What exactly is that?
A feminine body.
Just like
I don't want no masculine body.
So you want a weak body,
I never said weak.
soft body,
Soft. Yes.
soft. So
Soft
no
body.
tone, because tone does not equal softness.
Listen.
You know, your wife has some tone to her.
No, she don't.
Ooh.
Show
James,
her your arms.
that's insulting.
Show her your arms.
No,
Right
I'm
now.
Hey,
not gonna
we
be
not
showed
trying
off
to even go
like
in
a-
this direction. Nah, we're not even trying to go in this direction. I'm just
Say that.
saying, like, yo, what
I mean, she ain't got Angela Bassett
I'm
arms,
asking
but
a
she has
question.
tone.
I'm just asking the question, what exactly? Because, you know, I'm not.
So what do you like? What do you like? Do you like women with tone, muscular tone?
You want to see muscle definition.
I don't mind that.
Mm-hmm.
But then the guy grew up around that too.
He's
So
thinking
when I-
about an athlete.
No, when I played track, there's no but girls I was in shape. You know what I'm saying? I'd been around girls that played basketball. You know what I'm saying? And box.
Oh, I got a question. Y'all want to do some pickleball together?
What is this craze about pickleball?
I don't know. I want to try it, and I figure none of us has done it. So y'all want to try it together?
What is pickleball?
It's almost like tennis, but different. And I heard it's really like it's a big thing. So I figured, hey, none of us has never done it, so let's all try it together.
Down to try it.
Y'all want to do it?
I'm down to try it.
Maybe
At
we
least
can
once.
have our own like club, and we can like get T-shirts, like matching T-shirts.
And nah, we ain't gotta do all that though.
What?
You
Okay,
right.
I got a question there. Would y'all have matching T-shirts, like husband, wife, matching clothes when we go on vacation?
No, we got
You
those that don't
said
even
you
wear.
would be kind of.
We got them and don't even wear. I've never said that.
You
Not in my life.
said you would be kind of down.
You don't even want to wear the stuff your mom got to say. That's still in the Ziploc. You won't even open it. You know what I'm saying? So
Why
we
you
not
put that on air,
doing that.
Mom.
Oh, this is the other question.
Mhm.
Felicia said, how do you feel about camping for our next couples trip?
Yeah,
Talking about sleeping outside? You
no,
tripping?
RV, baby, RV.
I thought we were supposed to be staying in the mountains in Denver.
No, I was like,
No,
I was
don't-
like
y'all
after
don't wanna
Japan.
y'all don't want to do.
How
camping?
big is this RV?
That's a good
And
question.
where are you getting the RV?
We are grown. First of all,
Renting it.
then I have to drive it because this the thing. You got to have a CDL to drive that.
No, you don't.
With the thing attached, yes, you do.
I mean, how big of an RV are you trying to
With
get?
all 4 of us in one RV, I have to drive that. Me. So therefore,
You and Josh can drive it.
you got a CDL, sir.
I don't have a
You have a
CDL.
CDL. No,
I have chauffeurs.
you're not
I'll
gonna
help
no,
drive.
You need a
I would
commercial
love
drive.
to drive. I would love to help drive an RV.
You need a commercial
That'd be
driver's
fun.
license to be driving an attachment,
Okay.
and then that means I have to do that. That's work.
I want to drive an RV. I want to be under the wheel of the big RV.
You
too.
say you want to until you win it. You say you want to until
Andrea
you behind
wants to
it.
know: are y'all down for camping in the RV?
If I gotta drive the RV the whole time,
Yes or no?
listen, dog. Like,
Yes or no?
I'm not about to-
Dog, do you see what I gotta deal with every day? Yes or no? Are you down to do an RV camping trip?
Listen, if there's people that know how to operate that as well,
This says you don't need a
What
CDL
you
to
need?
drive an
Back
RV.
up.
Most states allow drivers with a standard driver's license to operate RVs.
most states.
Even large ones, as long as they're not being used for commercial purposes.
So you gotta prove that.
No. Would y'all be down?
So
Matt?
okay, fine. So
Matt, I know he will be down. Andrea's,
Michigan generally requires a standard driver's license.
Andrea, not so much.
What other state?
What about you, Josh?
I'm fine.
I mean, we could go state hopping, check out different states, scenery.
You know how much time you got to have
places.
off to be able to do that?
So we could do a literal.
no, we ain't about to be on the road that long and have to go right back to the road again.
Okay,
we
2
not
weeks.
doing this. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
you're right. So
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
listen,
I'd rather spend 2 weeks in Japan.
in Japan,
What? Why do you have to?
You
choose?
ain't
Why
lying
can't
on
you
that
do
part.
both?
huh?
Why can't you do
Listen,
both?
I'm with her on this. Like, I'm not. There ain't no way I'm about
Why
to be on the
can't
road.
you do both?
Listen,
You
I
act like
just-
you gotta choose between Japan and the RV.
No, I just clarified. Is this after Japan?
But to Andrea's point, none of us know anything about camping.
To be on the road
Do
all
you?
that time.
Wait, do you know anything about camping, Josh?
No, but I bet you if you give me a knife, I can come back with some food.
Okay. Side point. Matt and I was watching something. Would you be willing to eat alligator? Because I think I've had it
Alligator.
before, and it's pretty good.
I never had it before. But
Tastes like
I had it
sausage.
in New Orleans. It was really good actually. Cause Matt and I saw somebody cooking a whole alligator, but they had that mug seasoned to the gods.
Side note, Minnesota is up 42 points.
Listen,
They should have been up 42 points to last. No, that's good.
probably. I mean, with all that flopping, I mean, the referee's probably not letting Shea get away with it right now. But this is the thing, right?
I think a nice road trip would be kind of dope,
Listen,
y'all.
yeah. Say what you want to say about me. I see a road all day, every day. I have minimal interest, you know what I'm saying?
But if
of
we're all
operating
taking
a big
turns
gigantic
driving,
vehicle, you know what I mean?
if we're
dealing
all
with the idiots
taking
on the
turns-
street.
Oh, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I can see like Andrea get behind the wheel and then Josh like trying to tell her how to drive the whole time. Andrea, you gotta cut it like this.
Because she don't know how to drive. Because she don't know how to drive no big vehicle. Everything that she drove has been small.
You can drive
You
an
got to
attachment?
swing wide.
Andrea, you gotta turn it like this.
I've driven trailers and big U-Haul trucks.
Wait,
You got to swing
that don't
wide.
excuse my husband. He be like, look, you see how I just reversed? You see this, Louisa? You can't do that. You can't back up with that. You see the U-Haul? You see this RV?
I don't
Can't
do
back
that
up like
trash.
that, huh? You and
That's
Andrea can't.
That's cap. No, that's cap. That's cap. The only
Side
respect-
note.
That's cap.
You the hip hop guy here, right?
See that?
I guess you could say that.
Then
What
with
you
the one
think
hand with
of
our,
Looking back, like
the Big Sean, Ab Soul, Joey Badass?
Well, Joey Badass got me wanting to drop a mixtape. So
husband's gonna miss it.
because Joey Badass, but then again, because he was going at Daylight. That's what he was doing.
Right, going that daylight, and then
Yeah.
Ray Vaughn.
But Daylight came out with this track named AO was doing this thing. But the track with My Town was dope. I actually wrote something to it. So it's coming soon, y'all. I'm not done with it yet, but it's coming soon.
But if you was to crown a winner between
I
the,
don't even
It depends what you're looking for. Because the commercial people.
I'm talking about you.
With me,
Matt, is 1 light or 2 lights supposed to be on?
what you got?
1 light.
One.
But I accidentally pushed the button and it didn't hit 2 light. And then I pushed it back. What you got, Andrea?
Is it 1? Did you push it back to 1?
Yeah.
Nah. I would say Joey Badass had the better song. Daylight had the better lyrics. But Joey Badass wasn't weak with it though. He was spitting, but his flow was better. But Daylight had the battle bars. So.
Is that feud over?
They just sparring rap wise. It's not nothing serious. They just sparring. It's like Pokemon battles when you rap. You might run into somebody and they want it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, let's get it in. It's not nothing personal or nothing. It's just straight. Let's see the let's hey, Luisha, nah, come on, man.
Possibly when I go to the grocery. But I was gonna put them in a kennel.
I think that's food. That's diesel, right?
In a kennel, though. That's what I usually do.
That one's diesel.
Yeah.
Diesel. Straighten up.
Yeah, but yeah, so
The only thing is they want to lay on your lap.
Straighten up. Straighten up. Harley,
Harley,
get him in line.
But other than that, they're really good.
so yeah, I mean I'm cool with a road trip as long as you said you know how to drive. How many feet trailer can you drive?
No, they're good for it.
What's the feet to
Probably my
this?
parents walked them because they've been wanting to go.
I
with
mean,
them for-
the
I'm
most I
actually gonna
drove
bring
them was
them
what?
over tomorrow.
I don't know the exact number, but it was a big trailer.
Do you know like
Get down.
53 feet or whatever?
No, I haven't driven that.
Because
Not for a trailer.
of a trailer, you know, there's certain roads and all that.
All right, so we're not gonna camp right now because Andrea. Okay,
Why are you putting this on me? None of us
she said
know
none of us
anything
know
about
how to
camping.
know anything about camping. Josh said he could start something if you just get him the right tools.
She said you can come back with some squirrels.
Josh said I could do something with some fire now.
Look, the way I was raised, if I got dropped off in the jungle, I better be able to survive.
I die. I'm from the city.
Listen, man.
Okay, so next question. We're gonna do Japan, but
When?
well after y'all get back from Indonesia, we gotta plan that. But we gotta do skiing and snowboarding. We have to.
Is that something that we do when we go to Denver?
Yes, absolutely. We could even do it in the UP in Michigan.
I could be the cameraman and record all y'all. What y'all do.
You're not in water. You're on land. What's so bad about that?
Listen,
Leave my husband
let me
alone.
tell you
Let him go to the.
No, I'm asking. Like you're like the ground
if
is
y'all
beneath
need
your
footage,
feet.
I got y'all. I got cameras in there. All
What's
that. I'm not about to
wrong
do
with
none
it?
of
He's
that.
not doing it.
Huh?
What's wrong
He'll
with
be
it?
he'll
I
be
can
at the
show him.
resort
I'm asking
drinking
you,
hot chocolate.
what do you
Y'all-
have against it?
If y'all want to risk injury, zooming down that joint, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not zooming down the
that-
hill.
I
I'm gonna be on the
listen,
beginner's hill.
I watched
you know?
the Olympics.
Yeah, they have the beginner's hill day.
I watched the Olympics.
Not Olympic.
We ain't gonna be doing all of that. What you think? You think we gonna
The,
be
the
doing all of
joint
that?
like that.
Okay, remember, hey,
We ain't doing all of that.
Josh, remember our cruise
Uh-huh.
and all the videos he watched of cruise ships sinking and Titanic and all that? It's just like that.
No,
He thinks of the
But he-
worst
he
case
went on
scenario.
it.
Listen, look.
I was on it.
She took me
was the boat
snowboarding
not-
one time. We was on that beginner's hill the whole time.
How big was the beginner's hill?
It was like probably the size of like from.
It's a baby slip.
It was a baby slope.
Very
Did it kind of like steep low pretty?
There is no heavy thing. It like the whole beginner's hill. I feel like the purpose of it is to know how to steer the snowboard.
So
Because
what is it
because the
that you don't-
snowboard is
Oh, you
pretty
talking
much.
about snowboarding? Talking about this joint?
That's
Were you sitting
skiing. Snowboarding is like
just
roller,
a
like
one board.
it's almost like
The
a
one
board,
thing
like-
that's
or like-
uncomfortable
like-
about snowboarding is that both of your feet is clipped to the
Oh, you
board.
talking about that? You talking
Yeah.
about where it's like a skateboard, but you?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
clip to it. Like you
Yeah.
can't
Now,
do
do they have
this
other
without
types of
raising the
stuff? 'Cause
left.
I know
Like
there's other
everything,
types of, like,
but it's
things
rear
you
wheel
can do.
drive.
Like winter activity.
Right.
So
Yeah.
whatever foot
No,
is,
like-
is in the back,
Remember, like
that's how you
pool
steer.
running
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
That's how
and
you
they
steer.
had-
Toboggan?
Yeah, stuff like
So-
that.
Oh, I don't know.
It is a different experience. I did have fun while doing
Y'all
it.
say, did you enjoy
But
it?
am I saying that I'll go down a hill? That's suicide.
Big salute to y'all. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
suicide.
Do it.
Listen,
Okay, so we should do that, but also
not a-
our
it's
next
not a-
like
a response.
outdoor activity
Listen,
should
listen.
be indoor skydiving.
I will respond to this.
How do you guys feel about that?
Okay.
Because that's just a no.
I just don't feel like doing it, so therefore I'm going to record it. You know what I mean? That's
Why?
So Josh,
Huh?
are you,
I'm not.
Hey, no, I
God,
thought
wait.
you said you was with all things.
Andrea, are you down with
I am.
skydiving?
I'm showing up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm doing that like
I'm in
high
the building, ain't I?
Yeah, I thought.
I got the
That
camera.
don't
I?
count.
That's really
My coworker
interesting.
recently did it.
That's
She
like
said it
saying you Derek
was
Fisher.
really fun.
No,
I'm just
fuck.
wearing the uniform.
No,
I ain't
listen.
contributing nothing to the win.
So I am
I'm
up for
contributing
like
with footage.
I'm
indoor skydiving,
asking, what do you have against
right? Novi,
Against snowboarding?
because we haven't
Or
been out
skiing.
like out.
Skiing?
like,
I know the
just
summer
like
coming
learning
up,
how
we
to
could-
do
we could-
it
no.
for a couple of hours.
No.
We should
I
get
never
the
said I
off
wouldn't
up
do it.
again.
I just said, it's not
Indoor
interest.
skydiving for sure.
But you would do it.
And we should hit a go-kart race.
Depending the
We gotta do go-karts and we gotta do laser
What's the
tag.
If there's a slope,
Go-kart,
not
laser
doing
tag,
it. If y'all
indoor
want to do that,
skydiving.
I
Yeah.
would.
What do you think I'm getting on the slope?
If there was a slope, I would advise my wife not to do that. You know what I'm saying?
But he would let
What
me, and
makes
then if
you
I die, he
think
collect
that
insurance.
I'm
No.
going to get on
No.
the
We're
slope?
not going on big slopes.
No money is going to replace my wife.
What makes you think that
That
I'm
will
going to
cry
get on the
with
slope?
the money in his
No, I would not. No, that's not what's up.
300 grand. This is money.
Terrible. No, terrible. Terrible. Now, I don't know, Josh. You like to experience stuff. You might want to go down the slope, brother.
I mean, y'all are borderline, adventurous.
You might want to. You was talking about.
She,
You was talking about
She-
seeing colorful fish and eels and all kind of stuff.
she.
Although
listen,
I
look,
will say,
you know how far away I
when we
was from them
did,
things? Like, I was like from here to that
Yeah,
blind.
Fam,
all
you
the way
said
over
you was
there.
close, fam.
zip line-
You said you was close.
honest
fam.
No,
experiences
I
I've
was
had in
up
my life.
at the surface of the water.
And now I'm
Looking
like,
down.
because I can't do it as much
Listen.
because Matt doesn't want to do it, but I
Do
would
what?
love to zip line.
I was
to other
looking down.
countries.
You should.
I did zip
You hear
line.
me?
You didn't do zip lining in the DR.
I was looking.
Me and Andrea did
He
zip
did
lining,
zip lining though in Michigan.
but it's
up at
nothing
the
like
end.
the
And that
DR.
was a terrible
Would you tell
introduction.
Matt it is nothing like the
Yeah,
DR?
that was a bad
You're like
introduction.
way up in the trees, like you're walking
Right,
up.
so-
Yeah, but the Michigan joints had us like
So,
flip
No,
upside
you
down.
letting
It was almost touching the ground. That's nothing like
It is
how it would
not
be in
like
another
the
country.
it is not like going
So
to
just
another
because
country.
y'all want to risk your lives for fun, that's not something I personally.
You risk your life every day getting in the car.
Yeah, don't you get in a big old truck, semi truck every day and risk your life? That's worse than like anything we do.
Technically, if you want to be honest, we
Yes.
kind of run the road here. You know what I'm saying? So
You
therefore,
literally say
we-
how much
when-
you risk your life.
when we out
because
there,
he-
yeah.
Andrea,
but
he comes every day. These folks out on the road. I'm out there 12 hours a day.
is this not
I
facts?
risk my life. The thing could blow up. I am carrying hazardous material. I could blow up half of the United States if I hit somebody.
kind of
You
hazardous
say that
material?
all the
Everything.
time.
Explosives, all that. Flammable
Yeah, he has
trees,
hazardous.
corrosives,
Yeah,
all
he has
kind
his
of stuff.
hazmat.
And he is more dangerous than anybody on the road.
So
Okay.
why can't you do the stuff that we do?
Because
Zip lining should be a breeze.
Because I'm on the ground, I got an escape plan.
When you're snowboarding, you're on the ground.
Ooh,
When I'm strapped up,
ooh, she
and I
got a
gotta,
point.
and if I'm going down the hill,
Don't you gotta put
gotta
put up
seatbelt on
extra
when you're in the
precautions
truck.
when he's doing hazmat driving, and depending on what he's carrying in his truck, he has to put up extra decals and precautions on his truck when he's out on the road.
so what that mean?
Josh risks his life every day doing construction.
Yeah.
Any fall from up top. Y'all dude too got one of the dangerous jobs in everyday, life, and then y'all acting like y'all can't do baby slopes on the mountain.
Who's y'all?
Like I said,
Okay, so you could do above and a baby
I could be
baby
Hype
slope.
Williams for y'all. That's no
I
big
did
deal.
the baby slope.
No, you
I
could
did
do
the baby
above
s-
that. You could do above that.
How y'all
No.
want it? Y'all want 4K, 1080p,
'Cause construction ain't
60
easy, bro.
frames, 30 frames, zoomed in, zoomed out. I could do whatever y'all want.
Listen, my little one day of doing demolition, I was like, oh, this dangerous. So y'all do dangerous jobs every day, but y'all can't do the mountains?
You want to
Make
know
it
what's
make sense.
dangerous about the mountains? The mountains ain't regulated. The mountains is whatever goes on out here stays out here. Okay? So a bear is not going to abide by the rules that you set. Okay? A bear is not going to abide by that. Neither is that rock with the snow covering it. If you hit it, it's not going to care. You getting towed out the frame. So listen, going down a slope, I'm not doing that. I'm not experienced enough in knowing how to ride a snowboard or skis to know how to handle the certain things that you encounter coming down the hill.
Now I will ride the what's the name? What's that thing?
Snowboard.
Yeah. Do they have the jet ski?
Not the jet ski, but the.
No. He wants the snow ski, like the jet ski.
I would drive now that since I can drive whatever, I can handle that.
Cause that'd be fun too.
I can handle that now. I'll go down the hill in that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I can handle that.
That's also pretty dangerous.
I go down hills in the truck with explosives all the time.
See what I mean?
But I can go.
But you gotta know how it handles.
Man, what you mean make it make sense?
Make it make
you
sense.
You gotta learn how it handles. I can't do
first.
A snowboard,
but I can drive a whole vehicle down the mountain because I have driving experience. Make it make sense. And all we asking you to do is put your feet
in the snow on the
ground.
Did I
get on the jet skis in the water and ocean?
Man, you wanted to do that.
Right. That's
you really want to do that.
That was fun though.
Y'all get on a boat in the middle of nowhere.
So when y'all
we could have sunk.
And you got to do it again.
Back from Indonesia,
we could have sunk.
Because I know y'all got to do
it again. So obviously you enjoyed it.
We got to plan our winter.
It was the greatest sleep ever.
Colorado trip.
Talking about the cruise?
Yeah, the greatest sleep I ever got in my life.
Trying to tell y'all that pitch black when you close the door.
That was the illest sleep I ever got in my life.
So are you getting an inside cabin again?
The illest sleep.
In a balcony?
Yeah, we're gonna get.
Y'all going on a cruise again, right?
In December, yeah.
Where y'all going?
We are porting from Puerto Rico, so we're gonna go to like.
Oh, y'all going to PR?
Yeah, we're gonna port from there, and then we're gonna go to like St. Lucia and like that area.
How long?
7 days.
Oh, so you doing?
And we're doing Virgin, so no kids.
Virgin? Oh, y'all got to tell us how that went.
Yeah, but y'all got to tell us how Indonesia, because I'm excited to hear about y'all vacation.
Yeah, but like, how many times are you gonna go to Indonesia in life? But whereas you can get on the Virgin.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all got to tell us about it. So, are y'all doing anything like what are like?
We supposed to be going to Bali first.
Ooh, that's nice. Wow. Have y'all like booked everywhere y'all gonna stay the whole time?
Ask her. She's the one. She's the one.
Yeah,
I just pack my bags and be ready.
So fun.
She got the whole
All
map.
I gotta say is when nothing is planned, what did we end up doing?
So why do I still get blamed for that?
I'm not talking about that trip. I'm talking about the cruise.
When are y'all leaving?
Houston.
December? No, November
Houston.
30th.
So y'all gonna leave? So they're leaving.
I'm not talking about. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the cruise.
So Matt, they're leaving. They're leaving a little bit before us. So we'd be able to kind of just compare those vacations.
Why is it comparisons?
No, just to share notes because we were talking about Virgin cruises at one point before. So
look, I don't know
and
nothing
I've
about.
never been to Indonesia or Bali, and I've always wanted to go.
I just want to make it back.
I want to hear about that.
I don't know nothing about Indonesia, and as far as I know, with the Virgin cruises, don't be expecting to play no hoop.
Really?
Like this is just all.
They have a basketball court though, I think.
Yeah, but it might be like a free throw line kind of thing. So like, don't be expecting to play no hoop.
They got no ballers out there anyway.
Do they nickel and dime?
Yeah,
but
on
like 3% at the cruise.
So
yeah, but at least we played.
But like, if you want your alcohol beverage, you can actually.
We actually got our best runs.
Put like on your.
Outside of that island where we was running the court.
And then it started raining?
Yeah, and then it started raining.
So I was giving it to dog, but then I couldn't move no more because the rain, I didn't want to slip. You know what I'm saying? I was mad about that.
It wasn't worth it because he was making it rain.
He was pissing me off. I'm like, dog, this dude, you ain't even good like that. But I'm not about to be injuring myself. You know what I'm saying? He was having me hot. Like, this dude ain't even nice. But, you know, whatever. But, yeah, so this is the thing.
Yeah, because you guys are going to be going for what, 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
2.
Oh, y'all gonna have so much fun.
Yes.
I really want to see how Bali. What other countries are y'all going to?
Just those.
Just Indonesia and Bali.
It's in the same country.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And see, I didn't know that either.
So
I learned that lesson.
Is this India? India?
No, it's not India.
Indonesia.
After all them videos that you seen online, you think I would be going there?
That's it.
I ain't pulling up at all. Like I'm.
You wouldn't try that food?
So they're going into
November. I don't have an interest in going.
So they're going into November. We're going mid-December. So we're all be kind of
Indonesia is like the islands down there by Australia.
So that way, when we come back,
they got big creatures down
we'll
there.
We'll be able to like plan. We really
big creatures.
We about to find out.
We got to start putting like.
So they got kangaroos and stuff out there.
I don't
So
know.
is Japan?
Because kangaroos is
2026?
notorious in Australia.
I think so. I think we
Yeah,
should
but
stop.
we ain't gonna
Let's not
be in
delay it.
Australia.
There's never gonna be a good time to do anything. So let's not delay the Japan trip.
For real. Like,
Well, listen, I just want tech.
I want to go.
Listen,
Yeah.
I just want tech. All the food,
Listen,
y'all, all the weird
I don't even
food.
want
Look,
tech. I want a samurai sword with
Every
my
country
name in
serves
Japanese
chicken.
letters.
So you're
I
good.
want a
Look,
personalized samurai sword that is just for
No,
me.
listen.
And
Just
I
for
will,
me.
and
With
I
my
will-
name in
Yes.
Japanese letters.
Yes, like them kung fu movies. Like I'm some Kill Bill type of.
That's it.
Even though I'm not
All I
gonna use it,
want-
it's gonna sit on my wall.
All I want
I
is some-
love like Japanese karate stuff. I'm a huge fan of that.
Listen.
And I would love to take the kids with us, but I don't know if my brother gonna allow that.
All I
Wait,
want is
what? You trying to have us babysit?
My nephew be 20.
Listen,
He wants to go. He'll be 20 and my niece will be
Listen,
like
look.
17. But he's
I don't
not
know
gonna let
him
her
like
go.
that.
Who,
I don't know him like that. And look, all I know is if I go to
He's
Japan,
trying to learn,
listen.
that language.
I
But
just
he'll be 20 by the time we get ready to go. So
I
I would love for him to go.
And when is
experience
that?
Shipping. Next year. He's 19. He'll be 19 next month.
are we going to Tokyo? We hitting Osaka?
Oh,
I gotta go to
Tokyo.
That's where
And I want to see the
Listen,
blossoms, the
Tokyo.
cherry blossoms.
Listen, I hear
Oh, you
you.
got-
PS6 might be out by then,
Listen,
right?
all I want to see
I don't mind when we go.
is
We
the
can
I'm
go
tech,
saying
whenever.
that's
the
when
exclusive
cherry
tech they
blossom
got.
season is. We're not going.
The
Oh, we're
exclusive,
not going in April. When are you
It's too
trying to go?
soon.
the
Trying to
exclusive,
go? I would like to go in the summer.
the exclusive
I was
tech they
thinking
got
like-
is all I want.
August, September.
You think the cherry blossoms will still be out?
I don't know how long they last.
know
but
all
I
of
know
y'all-
the peak time is like April-ish.
I know all of y'all want to experience the food.
I love it. That's
Give
my
me the
favorite
tech.
type of food.
Just give me the tech.
Japanese food is my favorite type of food, and I will say Nigerian is creeping up to like my
Nigerian.
second favorite.
How come nobody wants to go to Africa?
I do.
I want
I wanna
to
go to
go
Nigeria.
to Africa.
I want to go to Nigeria.
I'm good on Africa.
Why?
Andrea has never been like a fan of
I'm
Africa.
kind of on her side.
What is
But-
up with you in Africa?
I'm asking why.
Nothing
I don't
about
know,
it
it's just-
appeals.
Why don't you want to go to Africa?
I don't. I haven't seen
say
anything that's
anything
appealing
like-
yet.
That
She
maybe
said she
you,
enjoyed herself.
but there's nothing that of Africa that appeals to you.
The
I haven't
only
seen anything
thing
that's
is the
appeal-
safari.
Wacy and Joan is going to Africa for their trip. That's what they
So
got.
y'all want to
accepted.
go deal
Whoa,
with
you
rhinos
saying
and elephants?
names.
Are they going to Zimbabwe?
You saying names,
Or
and you got
Rwanda.
the mic right there.
Rwanda, I think.
She ain't heard.
Oh, okay.
She ain't heard.
Listen, y'all want to go on safaris, rhinos, elephants?
Yes, I do.
giraffes.
And if y'all don't want to go, that's fine. But I want to see a lion breath.
A lion breath.
Whoa,
No,
I ain't
like,
trying to get
not-
that close.
Not in my face, but like from cart to the ground. And I'm like, oh, I see their breath. But I want to go on a safari. And I know y'all not gonna go. Y'all gonna be like, oh, have fun.
I want to go on a safari.
Oh, okay. Well, Matt's gonna be like, y'all three have fun.
Can't allow.
And
my
I'ma be
wife
like-
to do something like that.
I'm be like,
Everything's not just because it's fun. I don't mean it's wise.
so you want me to take pictures for you?
Listen, at the end of
He's
the day,
gonna go.
He's not gonna go no safari.
I
You wanna go
can't-
on a safari?
I can't allow my wife to go.
He
on
gonna
a
do it to
safari.
protect you. He gonna be the
I can't
sacrificial
protect her
lamb.
for nothing because of a
No,
cheating.
no,
protect
no.
me from no
what you
lion.
gonna do is you gonna sacrifice yourself. If you see herself getting like,
Maybe, but
if
if
you
you
see
do
her
something
getting,
stupid,
like-
he may not, because he may be like, see, I told you not to stick your hand. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah, look, this is not wise. What is wise about a safari? I would like to know from everyone's point of
Matt,
view.
it's a unique.
What is wise about a safari? You in a Jeep, no type of protection. You got rhinos running around, lions, elephants, the whole nine. Just roam. You in their house. What's wise? If somebody came just walking in your house,
How many occurrences have you heard of like somebody
Any.
getting
Now.
mauled at a safari?
I
Get mauled by pit bulls and Rottweilers and German Shepherds
there's
every
probably
day.
more accounts
And
of that
yet you-
than there is a safari
You know what I'm
attacks.
saying?
Oh,
So come on, stop.
so it's cool just to ride through the lion's living room.
People do it literally.
Just ride through the
Literally
rhinos
all day,
just-
every day.
Just ride, just put the whip through the
People are
rhinos.
doing that.
It's
living
not
room.
about that. Like, first of all, rhinos is not even aggressive creatures like that to where they're gonna be seen. Oh, there's a car right there. Let's go ram that joint.
The only
No.
nature I would not dare go in is like a hippo type situation.
which is
Oh,
like
yeah, going
you got to
through
be
the
in
river
in the
and-
water
Yeah,
to
sure.
deal with that.
Yeah.
I ain't
Y'all,
trying to
they
be
can
up in
keep
the
that.
water.
They can keep that. The way how fast them hippos swim and how
No.
violent they are and how many people they kill each year, I'm good. I'll
That
take my
and the
chances with
Amazon
lions.
River, where them anacondas be at, I ain't trying to be up
I
in
used
there.
to want to go to the Amazon.
Then the mosquitoes, them special mosquitoes out there.
And you gotta get shots. to
Y'all
go to
laughing.
A lot of
You
countries
do.
in
Yeah,
Africa.
There's a
So,
lot of
you got to get all type of
immunizations you gotta
vaccines and
have,
all
yeah.
that. Remember how you felt when we went to Jamaica? Imagine how you feel going to Africa. Imagine how you probably feel like you need to go to the
But
ER.
I feel like we went to Jamaica the wrong time of the year. Like, who goes to Jamaica in August?
And apparently
You did?
y'all went to Jamaica with the wrong people.
Exactly. So it was just bad. Our immune
Facts.
systems was shot. Went with the wrong people. Went at the wrong time.
Was y'all up in Kingston and all that?
But I will
We
say
didn't-
now
we
that
was
we
on the
have
resort
friends
only.
who have been to Jamaica, they can connect us with friends who live in Jamaica. So that way we can have like that full Jamaican experience and be with those friends. So that'd be a whole totally different experience if we go back.
Look, man, look. All I know is that I know somebody that's from Nigeria, and they can compare Nigeria to the United States, and they say in some cases they're further ahead in technology than than some places in the United
Cap.
States. Of course,
Cap.
that.
the news is not going
Wow.
to show that.
Everywhere in Africa is poor. Like
I didn't
Yeah.
say that, but you talking about advanced more than United States.
Yeah.
I can
said
believe that in
some
Asian
places,
countries.
in some places,
in
in
African
some
countries,
places.
too.
I can see some places in Africa being more advanced than like Ipsy. Ipsy is not like
That's the real.
Ipsy is not like this far along technological place. Or even like Milan or places around and such.
Yeah, but when you compare big cities in Africa to big cities in America,
Then yes, that's where it stops. But like,
But you've never been.
I don't know that for to say
and
for
how they
sure.
been here.
Some of them live here.
Lives here.
Some of them live here. They
And,
live
and what
here.
they do, gray hair.
No, not all of them. See, that's stereotypical.
It's
of
just
you
how-
right
Sorry,
there.
I can only show you what I see.
Oh well, just because you ain't seen everything doesn't mean everybody applies
Okay, so
to
how
what
many
became
African doctors
into
have
your
you
eyes.
seen? How many African lawyers have you seen in the United States? How
Oh.
many African anything?
African doctors, the one that discovered the CTE, he from Africa.
How many have you seen personally?
You ain't gonna see
How
them dudes
many-
personally. Them
All right,
dudes
so
is
why are you
living
talking
a high
about
life.
that? You ain't even seen nobody. And our hospitals is one of the best hospitals in America.
Can I say this?
At what?
Can I cut
Go ahead.
the black man some bail, please? Now, from what I understand,
Here this person go with the all black team in his 2K games. But go ahead. I digress. Go ahead.
what does that have to do with you?
That's what I was about to ask you. Go ahead.
It's
Now,
always about the go ahead.
from what I understand,
Meanwhile, Minnesota is up 42 points.
there's
I mean-
I've heard people say, honestly, there's places in Africa that's like, hey, it's not put out there like that, but it's like
Of course, it's not going to be put out there like that because
dudes
that's
with
where
dough, they like, hey, Africa, hey man,
the
there's some
world
places,
is
like,
always going to be about down in the place where people
There's-
of color is
there's
dominant.
places
at.
in Africa that's like that. You know what I mean? There was even some phones I seen that they was with some high tech in it. Oh, it was made from African made, blah blah blah. It had like a lion symbol on it or something like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say that they don't got no high tech like that.
Do they got better music?
Yes, you know they got
Their
better music.
music
That's
is
a
so dope.
crazy question. They
have
get busy.
Amazing.
They
music.
beats is
I
fire.
will say
When we
that.
was in Jamaica, when they was playing
will
the
say
when they was playing the No Letting Go remix, the exclusive remix.
If you really like that stuff, then I can introduce you to a lot of stuff. Player.
Yeah, I love African like music.
Afro beats,
Oh yeah.
DeVito, and
Afro beats is cold blooded.
So-
Ariana
good.
Starr. Like
I got
when,
it.
when we went to the Chris Brown concert, Ariana Starr was one of the openers.
I got a package of Afro beats.
No,
Their
their music
mean.
is top tier. All the
Straight up. They cold with it. So we ain't gonna play the music is not on that level as far
Yeah.
as like rhythm. So we not gonna do that. But as far as tech, nobody messing with Tokyo.
No, ain't nobody messing with
nobody touching no Tokyo. They got full blown robots. Like out there.
So
like,
are you like EXO on the African trip?
I'm not a fan of getting all these
I don't really
vaccines
wanna go to
personally.
Africa.
No.
I can understand that. But if it's a better, like, if it's a dope experience that comes with that doesn't harm me personally.
Well, the
So
vaccine.
would you let me and Josh and Matt go? Or you gonna go?
Yeah, she said she rolling.
Of course
still.
I would go.
All right, so she gonna go.
You're supposed to be with all things, like how Matt.
I never said that.
No, but like if
I
one
never
person
said
is
that.
willing
She
to do
going to
that,
Africa,
all
she
four
going.
of us should be
She
willing to
going.
do that.
This
I
the
don't
thing.
want to go.
But she going. Though.
When I get outvoted,
She's like, I ain't never.
Who plans the trips? Are you planning it?
Huh?
Okay, exactly.
when I get
Hey, I support. I support your white man.
Now let's not
I'm
forget
your white
that
man.
she
Okay?
don't-
I'm like, yes,
planning it.
girl, we gonna do that.
Hold on,
If I don't want to go,
I'm not planning it. So I'm
let's
like,
not forget that she's the one that had
Hey, if I have
everybody
to.
riding donkeys and stuff like that without telling them about it.
That was her.
Exactly. I'd be like, nope.
She did say
Nothing to do with
you
that.
didn't know nothing about what your
I
wife
didn't
was
know
planning.
nothing about
She didn't
that.
tell you what she was planning, fam.
Riding donkeys and stuff like that, and the
Listen,
dudes asking us for money and stuff.
listen.
I'm
Yo,
supposed to know
check.
that.
All I'm saying.
When y'all went to Greece, though, your
This-
wife planned it.
this
You
the
had
thing.
a blast, didn't you?
Yeah.
Whenever I get outvoted, I participate. So the same
so you
applies
don't
for her.
ride down with the snowboard.
If I said if I got to join, if I get outvoted, and if I don't like it, y'all gonna hear it.
And you can always stay at the resort.
Really heard you complain about anything that we did, so
Because-
which makes me
because
think
I'm
you
a
like
team
it.
player. That's why.
No,
you know
you
what I mean?
just said
I'm a
if
team
you don't
player.
like it, you're gonna hear about
But you
it.
do hear it
We've
eventually.
done so
No,
many
I hear
things,
about
and
it,
I've
y'all.
never heard complaints.
Because I'm a team player. It's all about the team.
I hear about it. On the way out, he's like, I'm a team player, but I don't want to do this. But I'm a team player.
I'm a team-
And then
all
we
about
meet
the
up with
team.
y'all. He got it all out of his system, and he's on board.
I'm a team. I'm all about the team.
Yeah, this is before it happens. I'm talking about after it happens.
Listen.
You
when,
end up
So
having
was you
fun.
Derek Fisher or Lindsey Hunter?
when we get on the court, don't take Sean Prince.
No. I only gave you two options. Is you Derek
Nope.
Fisher or you Lindsey Hunter?
Okay, so 2-on-2. Who y'all choosing?
What you
What are
mean?
you talking about?
Basketball.
What?
For what?
2-on-2.
What are you talking about?
General.
Huh?
Like you
In
talking
general.
about
What
us
kind of
two?
question is this?
Yeah, who y'all second man? 2-on-2.
And what?
In
Basketball.
like as far as like them?
No, y'all
dudes?
playing on the court. Who you choosing as your second man?
Talking
Well,
about
my
was
choosing
Derek
as my-
Fisher or Lindsey Hunter?
No, in general.
I'm
Like
taking
overall. No, overall.
Like if they're playing two other
2-on-2.
You
Who's
mean
your
like
second
we on
man?
opposite teams?
Yes. Who's your second man?
Oh, I'm getting somebody to isolate this dude real quick. Cause like his size is what like beats me.
See, this dude, man, look, man. We ain't about to do this.
I said Matt Barnes.
I bet you'll lock him up.
Listen. I
Who-
can
who
shoot
y'all
from
got?
range.
Who you got, Matt?
With my
2-on-2.
second man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a guy who's a Swiss Army knife, who can do everything. So when I'm off, I can dish it to him.
Oh.
But go in the paint and play defense as well.
Ooh.
So I gotta think of somebody who can play on the street.
Dead or alive. It can be dead or alive.
This question is wild, actually.
Yeah, this is a crazy question because I don't know who I got to pull
because I'm
from.
trying to understand like what you're talking
She
about.
said anybody.
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 As a 2-on-2
Well,
player.
shoot, give me Scottie Pippen. Shoot, I'm straight. Then
Matt probably
ain't
would've
no
chose
points
Scotty.
coming from
Matt
over there.
would have probably chose Scotty too.
Oh, Scotty nice. I'll take a guy like Tayshaun or something on the street.
You think
Out of
Tayshaun?
everybody
No,
in the
I'm
NBA,
saying on some. No, hold up.
It's a wild question right here.
No, on some 2-on-2 stuff on the streets. There are certain players. Like I was playing the game today, recording footage, right? And I was playing with the Knicks, and I'm thinking like this team will be cold on the street. Now, if you 2006, do you remember when the Knicks had Stephon Marbury, Jamal Crawford,
Yeah.
Steve Francis,
Yeah.
Eddie Curry? I'm like,
I
this
hated
team,
that Stephon's career.
like
ended
this
that.
team will be cold on the street, but as far as NBA, this too much. Like they need to kind of break this. You need to trade certain pieces. So on the street,
But Isaiah Thomas built that team.
but why would you have Stephon Marbury, Steve Francis, Jamal Crawford,
Well,
fam,
at
what
that
is you
point in
doing?
time,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Steve Francis was like,
Yeah, but still, like that's a lot going on here. Like you need to kind of trade to break some of that up. But I see what he was going with. That's a lethally offensive team, but defensive wise, and even with no system, like if you don't got a system with that,
you can't guard that.
but you gotta have a system. You know what I'm saying?
Who's gonna guard that? Who's gonna guard
They
that?
can't play defense.
Yeah, but they gonna do like a different style of D'Antoni type stuff.
But on some street stuff, on the streets, a guy like Tayshaun to do somebody dirty because he could play defense.
Anybody that wears a jersey
You know what I'm
that
saying?
says NBA on it should be able to mess up
Well,
anybody on the streets.
Listen, you got civilians.
Now, outside of that, Frank Nitti did get into Denzel Valentine like he wasn't like.
You got civilians, the lifetime people. You got the mercenaries, the people who didn't make it, but they nice like that. Then you got the people who wear the patch. You know what I'm saying? That they just cold like that. I just need a dude that can do everything. Take him to the street. If he takes Scotty, I got to get like Tayshaun or something. Because he can play defense. Now, Lamar Odom on the street would be cold too, but his defense isn't really.
Yeah, but Lamar Odom's size can play defense on his own.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he
so
like
I need
what
a
is
guy
he like
that.
6'10"?
6'10", smooth left. But I've never seen him clamp the sole.
Look, that's a
I've
weird.
seen
Listen,
Tayshaun
look,
clamp.
Louisa, I'm gonna just say that's a weird question. Like I'm
Threw
just
me
saying,
off mix.
I'm just
Something to
saying.
think about.
Give me Shaq. All right, give me Shaq.
I'm gonna just take Shaq to the perimeter. I'm gonna
Look.
shoot mid ranges on Shaq all day.
And you,
I'm not going nowhere
Listen,
down
look,
low. I'm just mid range all day.
guarding you out there.
Mid-range
When you go
all
down
day.
there, when you go down there,
I'm
that's
not
where
going.
Exactly.
going.
Exactly. So
Not
I
going.
can guard you now.
So I'm not going now.
I can guard you now. But anyway,
I think the game's over, you guys.
They whooped them. They was whooping them from beginning to end. They was whooping them from beginning to end.
how y'all feel about what's going on right now?
Maybe this.
I mean, I feel like the Wolves should have won this.
This might be the number. Maybe this might be the the MVP.
Now,
like, hey,
my thing is the next game is going to be very important too because they're going to be again in Minnesota, so there's a very important game for them.
that was wilding.
And then you already said that the Wolves was going to win at least one.
I said I give
against
them
the
one or
Thunder.
two.
Yeah.
But
So-
the Thunder's supposed to. The
But
Thunder's supposed to win the championship.
is the Wolves supposed to win their home games though?
I don't know about that.
Everybody is technically supposed
You know
to
what I'm
win
saying?
their home games.
The Thunder's supposed to win the series. They're supposed to win the champ. Whoever comes out the West should win the championship. I'm gonna just say that. Now the Pacers might cause problems because of their length.
So if the Thunder wins again in Minnesota,
just
do you
that.
think Minnesota has a chance to go back to OKC and win
Yes,
that?
yes, they do. If it's 2-2, then it's a 3-game series now. It starts over from 0. If they win the next game, it starts over from 0.
No, I'm saying if
See, but the thing with the Pacers, you talk about the Pacers. I was just telling her this, and I told him this.
How do you pronounce
Pacers.
Flo J? I know these people. Flo J?
Yo, what
she's
you
a rapper,
doing
right?
up here? Ain't you supposed to be
She's
down
a
there?
LSU basketball player.
She's still in LSU? How long you gonna be at LSU?
She gonna ride that NIL deal.
How long? She
gonna
been
ride
there
the
for a minute, fam.
NIL deal. She gonna
She
ride the
was there
NIL
with
deal. Get down,
Angel
get down,
Reese,
get
'cause
down.
she's the
Get
rapper, I
down.
think.
Get.
So how do you pronounce her name?
Flo, something like that. But
Oh, you don't
how
know.
you gonna say? You said that like an insult. Wait a minute. Like I'm not supposed to know the ladies who ball.
No, I said you know these people. That's your lane.
Oh, like look here, man. Why? Because it's hip hop.
It said LSU basketball player. I didn't even know she was in hip hop before you said something.
You know, hey,
She
well,
do try to rap, but I haven't listened to it, so I can't say
Never
if
heard of
she's
her a
good or
day in
bad.
my life. But I seen her name. Like, how do you
bars.
pronounce
She
it?
said, you know these people. Like, dang. Like,
And didn't you know her?
listen.
you see why women are so lethal with the words.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. Now, this is the thing. What was we talking about before this?
I was trying to get an opinion on what was going on right now.
Oh, yeah. So, this is the thing. If the Wolves win, it starts from 0-0. And this
Yeah.
is a 3-game series. But if the Thunder don't win, this is a failed season. Will anybody agree with that?
But didn't everybody was like, oh, Boston, they're gonna
They
win.
gone.
Look,
And
Boston
it's
is gone. They
listen,
played around and
No,
they
but that was
messed
the
up.
story.
No, it was supposed to be
Before-
Cleveland and Boston in the conference finals. Them two choked it away. I don't know how they did. You know what I mean? I have no
Cleveland
words.
didn't choke it away. They just lost to a team that was really better than them.
No, they choked that away, brother.
No.
Nah.
You can't put the choke title away.
The role players supposed to step up. They
Listen,
were. You
look,
said they didn't do nothing. You said they didn't do nothing.
Look, at the end of the day, Tyrese Halliburton showed that he's a bigger impactful player than Donovan Mitchell.
Dogs can't be all up on people like that, man.
He keeps going over to Josh, and Josh keeps letting him go on the
But,
camera.
No, I keep trying to tell him to stay down, and he don't listen to me because I'm not the alpha. But if Matt say it, I guarantee you he'll listen.
But this is the thing, like Tyrese Halliburton, he has a
He's the only true point guard that we got.
but
in
he
this
also
league.
has a axe to grind too. Now will he have the same axe to grind next year? So we need to see, because he has an axe to grind. He didn't start playing like this after that list came out, which is good. Sometimes we need that motivation.
They call him the most overrated
His peers
player.
called
in
him
the league.
overrated.
And they ain't gonna put a name on who the actual peers
His
are.
peers called him overrated. So now he been wilding in the playoffs. Now they in the conference, they up 2-0 in the conference finals.
2-0.
You know what I'm saying?
2-0.
They're not even supposed to be there. They're not supposed to. It's supposed to be Cleveland and Boston.
But yet Tyrese Halliburton has been the main one making all the plays to get them to this point.
They've been fooling. So, hey.
Listen, look, does he have an ugly jump shot? Yes, of course. Is his handle the most beautiful thing to look at? No, not at all. But the way he plays, he's the only real point guard that we got in this league.
Who's better, Tyrese Halliburton and Sean Livingston? Prime.
Prime, like you mean like Afro?
Sean Livingston braids.
Oh,
Good for
so
Sean
before
Livingston.
the Warriors.
Yeah.
I mean, if you comparing the two,
Sean Livingston was nice with the braids.
yeah. Sean Livingston was that dude before he got the injury.
He was still nice after that with the midi.
Yeah, but
Unstoppable.
he wasn't the same. Like he wasn't the same. Like Sean Livingston after that, it was like, okay, now he's a role player.
Oh wow, deadly boat explosion.
See, and we about to go.
You want me to pull up the car crashes that happened today so you can feel better about driving on the road?
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Who's better, DeMar DeRozan or Rip Hamilton?
As an individual, DeMar, without even thinking twice about it. Because Rip, he has to run around traffic, get an open look
Who's harder to guard?
in the mid-range.
Stop. Get out of people's face.
Matt,
You heard
we're
that.
still online.
I don't care. Listen, you gotta let them. They don't need to be in people's face. You let them roam around in people's faces, man. They were there for a reason.
Stay down.
It's not them. It's literally just Diesel.
They can't rip up this stuff.
Their nails are cut pretty low.
But yeah. So Rip or DeMar, who you gonna sign?
Well, Josh just said tomorrow.
DeMar is a better player individually. I don't have to like create no crazy plays for DeMar DeRozan to get like a look. Rip Hamilton, he don't got a handle like that, but he got a mid-range shot that is consistent as mud. Like if you give him that shot, 8 out of 10 times he's making that joint. At the mid-range.
Okay, Joe Johnson or DeMar DeRozan?
Give me Joe. ISO Joe. I'll take ISO Joe.
They both is like this their whole career.
Yeah, but Joe Johnson actually shows up at the end of the game to win it. Give me Joe. I'll take ISO Joe. I'll take ISO Joe.
Louisa, Vince Carter or T-Mac?
Why would you?
Are you serious?
T-Mac.
Are you serious? He just pulling stuff
What's
out
the question?
everywhere.
What's the problem?
I'm gonna let my wife handle
Is
that.
Vince Carter not
I'm gonna let my wife
great?
handle that. I'm gonna let my wife handle that.
What?
Matt, you be asking the questions. Who you taking? Vince Carter, T-Mac.
What's so out of pocket here?
Answer the question. Vince
Yeah,
Carter,
answer the
T-Mac.
question.
No. You didn't answer my question. I asked you.
Yes, she did.
T-Mac? Josh?
You already know my answer. Wife. I'll let you handle that one.
Vince Carter.
Ha ha ha.
All right, Matt, who you thinking?
So,
Oh God.
what's funny?
Now go ahead and break it down.
Everybody got jokes?
Go
Now
ahead
listen.
and break it down like you do everything
Now.
else and take forever to get to the
Now
point.
when
Go
Josh,
ahead.
when we was talking about Vince, he was talking about this brother should be in the Hall of Fame for his dunks alone.
Matt, we just asking one simple question
Nah.
that you asked.
Actually, he asked it.
Yeah, you asked.
Now T-Mac.
T-Mac or Vince Carter?
Is T-Mac more skilled than Vince Sanity? You could possibly say that. But I think Vince can
Possibly?
shoot better. Vince can shoot better than his brother. You know
No,
what I'm
he
saying?
cannot.
From the three?
No,
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
He can't shoot better from three than T-Mac. I love T-Mac.
You're right. Vince Carter can't shoot better from 3 than T-Mac. You're right.
Is that a fact?
You just said it. Pull up whatever stat you need. T-Mac got how many points in 33 seconds?
Hold on, wait a minute.
All from 3 when it mattered the most.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me check this out real quick.
Yes, let you check this out instead of making an informed decision like the rest of us.
Don't try to play with me.
Matt, who you choosing? We all
Don't play with
you
me.
got our answers. It's only fair that we get your answers.
No. Well, yeah, she did answer. She said
Yeah,
Vince
we
Carter.
all answered. So it's only fair. So who
What made you say Vince Carter?
I feel like I
Because-
heard you talk about Vince Carter more.
Let's see.
That's what you went off of?
Vince Carter was the slightly better three-point shooter, boasting a career three-point percentage of 37.1 compared to Tracy McGrady 33.8.
That's just the score.
That's just facts.
That's
Now,
averages.
but
Come down to
skill-wise, dribbling, T-Mac got the better handle.
when it come down to the
Gun in my head, I would probably say give me T-Mac at the 2. I say give me T-Mac at the 2.
so your vote.
This is the dude that once upon a time was better than Kobe.
They were saying Vince was supposed to be better than him as well, but we all
Supposed
said
to
Vince
be.
don't got it in his chest like that. So
Vince
therefore,
Carter, he's too much of a nice guy. He needs to be a killer.
who's better, Tayshaun Prince or Lamar Odom?
Skill wise, or you just going by like
Who's
their
better,
career?
Tayshaun Prince or Lamar
No,
Odom?
no. Since you
You
like
don't
to,
demand an answer from somebody else, but you take for you can't answer.
are you talking about skill or are you talking about NBA player?
NBA player.
Tayshaun. But skill, Lamar by landslide.
He said a landslide?
Landslide.
Why is that a landslide?
Tayshaun don't handle the ball like him. Tayshaun don't shoot the ball
Tayshaun
like
don't have
him.
an underrated handle? He don't have an underrated shot?
You like to say players are underrated and they be right where they supposed to be.
Tayshaun
I
Prince
don't-
is nice.
Listen, look, just because he wore the Pistons jersey does not mean
Dang.
that he deserves.
Abraham won the Pistons jersey. Do we
That's
ever
part
hear
of the reason why you be defending him. That's part of the reason why you defending him. He wore a Pistons jersey. So he's automatically better than everybody else that comes up after him.
Nah. Okay, all right.
Who's
Fine.
prettier, her or Clarissa Shields?
Come on, fam. Brother Clarissa Shields, brother. What we doing here, man? What we doing here,
I
brother?
don't know. I mean, I don't
Who
know.
is that? What is this? Like,
I don't know.
what's
Is that Clarissa Shields right there? Like
Oh
she,
my God. Listen, Michigan all day representing to the fullest.
This is the news, you guys.
Bus
This is
shooting?
the news. We are watching
Oh
the news.
boy, that's in New Jersey, in Newark.
Newark.
That's crazy.
You ever been to Newark?
Yes, we have.
We
That's
did.
Where we got
went and got
from.
Diesel from here.
Oh yeah.
Had to rescue him pretty much. You know what I'm saying? He was traumatized when he got with us.
Real hood boogerish in New York. I was like, ooh, we gotta hurry up and get up
That had
out
played
of here.
we've been playing basketball.
Hurry up and get up out of here.
I like the courts over there though.
Yeah.
But
So, yeah.
And we said we were gonna talk about the big three.
big
Oh,
3
yeah,
years.
the
So
big three.
Oh yeah, because
Y'all
I
been
put that
arguing
out
back
a
and
long
forth.
time ago and nobody said
no,
anything.
they did argue. They like because you said a guy's trip. They're like in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Remember that?
Yeah,
When you
all
said-
y'all try to talk about me like that.
No. When you
What?
said this is a guy's trip, but you asked in Detroit.
Oh,
Who asked that? Louis, did you do that?
That was her.
That's Andrea that be doing that slick mouth.
That was her.
I mean,
Who's doing a guys trip in Detroit?
I better be
And you live in
shutting down.
Michigan.
I mean, I thought personally when I seen guys trip, I thought it was probably like Indiana or something. I'm like, oh. Then I seen Detroit. I'm like, oh.
Coming to Cincinnati.
Yeah, but it said Detroit too, though.
Why would you go there when they're coming here?
That was the whole reason why I posted the thing.
Because
somebody told me that the Big Three has gotten big enough to where they're supposed to be having franchises in certain cities. Mm-hmm. So that team that Detroit has is supposed to be Detroit based.
I'm cool with going. We all going?
Yeah, I'll go. As long as
Don't they play like 4 games at once or something like that?
As long as I get some good seats.
They're all good.
They shouldn't be that expensive.
They don't even have the whole arena open.
Andrea be like, yeah, no more than $45.
They don't even have the whole arena open. Only like the first floor is open.
I'm cool with going. Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, I mean, because I forget who all is on Detroit's team.
As long as we
I know we got Joe Johnson.
NFL and NHL game.
We can't get to no NFL games.
No,
though.
NHL.
No, we might be able to go to a different city.
Standing seats cost $400.
No, to a different city.
Still saw seats in the tubes for the Lions.
Where?
Yeah, but I ain't sitting all the way up at the top. $200.
You don't want to watch it on the Titantron?
I might as well go to a sports bar.
Are we not gonna go to an NHL game?
We can go to an NHL game, but right now it's in the playoffs right now. So like we gotta wait till next year on that.
That's fine.
The Florida Panthers is holding it down right now.
Okay, man. Salute.
They won a championship last year.
Big salute, fam.
They won a championship last year.
Understand the Red Wings ran hockey for like a long time. So therefore, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this.
Don't come to me with that.
Steve Eiserman and then we was running it for a minute.
What have you done for me lately?
To the point where Tupac had the jersey on.
What have you done for me lately? And we all know the reason why he wore that jersey. Okay? Let's not try to act like he knew who those people were or anything like that. No, that was because he was with Suge Knight, and the Suge Knight was supposed to be with the Bloods, and they trying to wear red.
Look here, man. Salute to. I've never heard you ever mention Florida Panthers ever. This is the first time I've ever heard you mention them ever. That's the first time I've ever been.
We never talk about hockey.
Do you turn on Florida Panthers on the box?
When it's in the big
Andrea,
game.
do he turn on Florida Panthers on the box? Do he watch Florida Panthers on the box?
No.
Okay.
Not with her around because she don't watch hockey.
Okay, who the star?
She don't watch hockey.
Who the star?
I don't know none of their names. I don't know none of their names. All I know is that they won the championship last year. Wasn't nobody saying nothing about that. They won the championship last year.
Salute to y'all.
And I watched it too.
Y'all got to catch up with us.
That's fine. Y'all haven't won nothing in this century.
But cool. So is that the end?
I don't know. Is we gonna talk about the 100 men versus a gorilla?
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about that.
Listen, fam.
I still think 100 men will take on a gorilla. I'm sorry.
No humans.
It's not about will they take on.
Have y'all seen a gorilla?
Will they win? Will they win?
100 men against one gorilla, yes.
Who's your 100 men lineup?
I mean, everybody from 300.
Real people, please.
Everybody from 300. Those are based off real people.
I'm talking about the facts. I'm not talking about loosely. I need facts.
Okay, the people who used to be part of...
No weapons. They had weapons and armor.
Okay, now you're changing.
That's the fake.
No.
Don't always move the goal.
The whole argument...
Oh, now they gotta have no legs. You know, who you choosing now? I'm like, come on, man.
Nah. This is fisticuffs. You get no weapons. It's just straight up your hands and your feet versus a gorilla's hands and feet.
Anybody from Africa?
That might be facts. They hawk down lions and all that.
I mean,
but they got spears and stuff.
They kill lions
with spears.
I'm sorry. Aren't they running with bare feet?
With spears!
I'm sorry, is the spear the same as what we have in America? Guns and knives?
I said no weapons.
Tanks? Okay, I still say the folks from Africa.
I would go with 100 dudes from Africa though.
Yeah.
With no weapons?
They yes. I bet on them over us.
Yes. Who you gonna bet over that? Who you gonna bet over that, Josh?
No.
I would bet on... Listen, look.
I bet on them over us, 100%. 100%.
So I'm gonna break it down. the only chance that we would have, kind of like how my man broke it down on one of them podcasts, you need Mike Tyson in his prime. You need like about the best offensive lineman and defensive lineman to play in the NFL. And then you need like a few UFC fighters in there. But you're going to lose some of them. Some of them going to die. You're going to lose some of them. Because the only thing that mankind is banking on is that the gorilla get tired.
That's it.
It get tired. So you need him to actually have to exert energy to beat folks. So you can't be rolling out some sticks and twigs thinking that you're going to make him exert energy to beat them without no weapon.
Right.
If they ain't got no spear over there, they ain't going to be hand-to-hand combating with no gorilla.
No.
You know how easy that gorilla will like fold them in half? Like,
they're easy. They built like, and then the thing is, they don't even eat. They vegetarian, so they just straight up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
so
they
like,
play with
like one dude was like, yeah, we need to get John Jones from UFC.
All
up
of them
out
getting
there.
cooked. Cause you can hit them, it's not gonna hurt.
Right.
A roundhouse is not gonna stop them.
Right.
Like it's not spinning elbow. That's not gonna work on no effing gorilla. Not no real one. Not no silver. No full grown. Have you
Silverback?
seen? I looked at the. Have you seen what them? How solid them? First of all, you got to penetrate through the thick like fur they got. Then they just built like, nah, we ain't doing that. That's not happening, man.
What y'all think about that? That New Orleans jailbreak.
They got 10 of them. 10 of
Heard
them.
it before.
Didn't 10 of them dip? They caught most of them, right?
It was a lot of them.
How did they get out?
They had
somebody
like
got
something
arrested.
behind the toilet or something like that.
I think an inmate
Oh
or
my
an employee got arrested for helping them.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, look, if they can escape a prison, then your prison is not as
But
sound
what's
as you think it
what's
is.
the thing? What's the point of escaping? You're not getting away.
Not
Now-
if you don't leave the country right away.
If all of them got like, well, you wouldn't be able to leave the country if you ain't got a passport.
Listen, look, we all know criminals cross the country lines easy all the time. We all know that they know the right people to where they can enter into Mexico. Cause you in New Orleans, you gotta think about the closest country next to them is Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta think about how can I get to Mexico without a passport, without all this other stuff? How can I get there? Then I'm gonna work my way south through the land. I'm gonna go through South America.
Mm-hmm.
That's my life now. I'm not coming back to the United States.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that's a hard task nowadays with tech.
Right, but you got to go to a country that has no extradition. Which is like, I would hope you have your ducks in a row before you try to pull this off.
Yeah, for real. Like,
They definitely didn't.
because no extradition, you got to be set up right. You can't be homeless. I mean, you can be, but I mean, like, you got to be able to get work. This got to be a realistic plan here. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go into a country and think you about to get some work. That's not gonna happen like that.
Right, you
Man.
got to know somebody that knows somebody.
Yeah, you gotta. It's not gonna happen like that. So that's a cold piece right there to be trying to. I don't know. Unless you got life and you know for a fact you're not getting out, I get it. But this, if you doing 10 years and you do this, why? Why? Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? If you're doing 10, if you got like a 5-10 year sentence or something like that, in some sense, even if you got 25, if you 20 and you got 25 years, knowing you can get out on parole within like 10 or something, why would you even pull something like this? Stupid. No, that's dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, now unless you got life, no parole, I get it. I'm trying to get up out of here and see what's up. You know what I mean? Because even if I do get caught, I already don't got parole anyway. What more can you do to me? You
Yeah.
gonna add more time? You know what I mean? Like, you gave me natural life. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
All right, so switch it back. They just showed New York City. Who's better? Who's better in your mind? Jalen Brunson or Tyrese Halliburton?
Tyrese Halliburton, man.
All right, cool. I was hoping that was a
Clear
hard
day.
question to
What
answer.
do you mean?
I was
You the
hoping that
one who liked Jalen Brunson like that.
No, I was the one that was telling you about Jalen Brunson before he had this big name because he was the one that was popping off like all kind of crazy. Before the cat Cat Days and Julius Randle was still in the Knick uniform. I was the one that was telling you about Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, but what are you doing?
What is he doing?
Foul bait.
Jalen Brunson, I mean, even without the foul baiting, he's still bugging.
Yeah. What is that?
Oh, he threw up?
What'd you step in? That looked like throwing.
Oh.
And that's on y'all rug.
I had the cup clean.
Was that you? Was that
They
you?
would have stayed over there.
That had to be Diesel.
I don't know who did what.
That had to be Diesel because he walked away from. Was that you? Did you throw up on the carpet?
Well, like I said, Tyrese Halliburton, better player. Jalen Brunson is cool,
Jalen Brunson is really a two guard.
but he's not the greatest Knick. He's not better than Sprewell. He's not better than John Starks. He's not better than, because they try to say he's one of the greatest Knicks ever.
I mean, I can see an argument for John Starks. I can see an argument for John Starks.
John Starks.
Yes, because John Starks was never the head of the snake. He was never the head of the snake. I'm never going to compare somebody that was not the head of the snake to somebody that was the head of the snake and be like, see, he's better than him. No.
So if you airdrop John Starks in today's game, he not averaging better than Brunson?
I don't know.
John Starks is not trash by any means.
No,
he played with better players.
I'm not saying that he's trash.
Would you say,
but in today's rules,
into the state of the league, Jalen Brunson, like, fam, no. If you put Jalen Brunson in the 90s, he doing this? Or the 2000s? What would he be in that time? What would we say is prime basketball?
In that era, he would have to learn how to pass the ball.
Okay then, so John Starks was doing dirt in that era. So therefore,
listen, look, John Starks, he was not the main focus on the scouting report. When you looked at the Knicks, you was like, we gotta stop Patrick. We got to. Grandmama, Latrell Sprewell. Like, you ain't gonna come to me with the fourth dude and compare him to the first dude of this era. No, you not. No, I ain't doing that. Because he doesn't know what it's like to be the head of the snake for any team in the NBA. Maybe in college, maybe in high school. But he don't know what it's like to be the head of the snake for any team in the NBA.
John Starks?
He don't. He don't know what it's like. He only knows what it's like when he got 2 or 3 players on his team better than him.
So Brunson better than Starks?
Brunson got a better resume as the
Is he
head
better
of
than
the
Starks?
snake. Yes, I would say so. Just based on this alone. Look, it take more than just getting a poster when you really didn't dunk on Jordan, but just because
I
he
ain't
was
even
in the
talking about
picture.
that. I'm not talking about that.
What did John Starks do that was so significant? What did John Starks do that was so significant?
Okay, better question. Is he better than Mark Price?
No, he's not better than Mark Price. See, now you're talking about a horse of a different color. Mark Price was the dude for Cleveland.
I'm just saying, Mark Price, I mean, is he better than Mark Price?
It's a difference when you're talking about head of the snake versus head of the snake.
Is
Mark
he better
Price.
than Scott Skiles?
Scott Skiles.
That's a magic right
Yeah, but Scott Skiles, he can't score 30 even if he tried. He can dish out a whole bunch of assists.
Is he? Who you want running your one? Scott Skiles or him?
For the point guard, you want the guy that passes the ball. But if you ask me individually who's the better player, like who has more skill, because I can't give it to Scott Starks and expect him to Scott Skiles, I'm sorry. I can't give it to Scott Skiles and expect him to be able to, yo, Scott, I need 20 from you tonight. He gonna be looking at me like, how am I supposed to do that?
Okay. I'm trying to see because Brunson. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, so Brunson. Let's see. Andre Miller, Brunson.
Andre Miller don't know what it's like to be the head of the snake. He don't know what that's
At
like.
your one position, do you want Jalen Brunson or Andre
I'ma
Miller?
always prefer to have a true certified point guard if my roster is constructed where I already have somebody to fill those positions. But if I'm starting off from scratch, and I'm building my team from scratch, there's nobody else on the roster, and you give me him and him?
Jamal Crawford is your Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson's a starter, so.
Once again, if you giving me these two players and you asking me, am I starting my team from scratch? Because Jamal Crawford, he's only a real good 6-man. We haven't even said that he's a really talented starter enough to where he can scratch that surface.
Okay, cool. Stephon Marbury or Jalen Brunson?
Starbury.
Off top?
Off the top of my head. Starbury.
That easy.
Easy. The Nets days, the Suns days.
Stevie Franchise or Brunson?
Franchise.
Off top, easy.
Off top.
Tino Mobley or Brunson?
Brunson.
Kevin Martin or Brunson?
Oh, Brunson. I'll take Brunson over Kevin
Easy
Martin.
over Kevin? Is that easy?
Easy over Kevin Martin. What dog does he got in him? I mean, like, before the foul baiting, Brunson was better than him.
Kevin Martin?
Yes.
Kevin Martin don't foul bait.
No, I said before the foul baiting, Brunson was better than him.
Chauncey Billups or Jalen Brunson?
Come on, dog.
You said head of the snake. Is Chauncey Billups head of the snake?
Yes, he the head of the snake.
Is
It wasn't Rasheed Wallace.
he?
It wasn't Rip Hamilton. Chauncey Billups was the clear-cut leader. It wasn't Ben. Ben was a respectable voice, but he wasn't the leader.
Ben Gordon or Jalen Brunson?
Give me Jalen. If you
Who was the head of the snake for that Bulls team with Kirk Heinrich, Ben Gordon,
There-
Tyrese Thomas?
there was no head. There was no head, and that's part of the problem. All three of them players was guys that wasn't to take the bull by the horns and be like, all right, this is my team. Y'all do what I say.
Was Ben Gordon trash to you?
No. No,
he
he
was
wasn't.
wild in the playoffs. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to rank what Jalen Brunson is here. Because they say he's a great Nick. Okay, I'm gonna touch you here. Monte Ellis or Jalen Brunson?
Monte.
Jalen Brunson had more success. And was Monte the head of the snake?
Monte.
His head of the snake with Steph?
Monte.
You said head of the snake though.
Yeah, he was the head of the snake.
With Steph?
Yes, with Steph. Because at that point in time in Steph's career, the offense wasn't designed for him to just shoot as many shots as he want from wherever he want. And Monte's never missed the playoffs in his whole career. One of the few players that we can say that about. Whether it's Golden State, Milwaukee, Dallas, Indiana, he's never missed the playoffs.
So easily, Monte better than Brunson, easy.
Easily. Because Monte can drop 20 plus while also facilitating the offense a little bit. He runs the floor better than Brunson. I don't even think that's even the debate. I think he finishes in traffic better than Brunson. I don't even think that's a debate.
You hear how he said the Warriors played him with the trade.
Yes.
They did him bogus.
Yes.
Did him bogus.
They traded him before the game started. I forgot.
But they said they wanted him to stay though. That was bogus.
We already know how these dudes lie.
Do you think Monte underachieved in his career?
I wouldn't say he underachieved because it's not like Monte was this first overall pick. Player that had all of this potential that could have been matched with the Hall of Fame greats. Monte overachieved because he was a second round pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Draymond Green overachieved.
Kenny Anderson and Jalen Brunson.
Jalen.
Kenny Anderson, that easy over Kenny Anderson.
Listen.
Kenny Anderson was cold-blooded, fam. Cold-blooded.
Listen, look. Once again.
Nick Van Exel or Jalen Brunson? Nick the Quick or Jalen Brunson?
Nick Van Exel was a great point guard. But where was he ever the main guy?
We talking about different areas of players here. If you put Nick
Where
Van
was he
what
ever
would-
the
what
main
would Nick
guy?
Van Exel be in today's game right now, prime Nick?
I can't say that he would be a superstar. Some great that you know.
Nick the Quick?
I can't say that he would be all of it.
We have role players with nicknames. You know what I'm saying? Role players with nicknames. I'm just saying. Nick the Quick was cold.
I'm not saying that he wasn't.
These players is low key trash, brother.
Okay,
Like, you
so
know what I'm saying? So
okay, so how much? Okay, so if Nick Van Exel, let's say you drop Nick Van Exel on them Hornets right now,
right now, Nick
how
Van
far
Exel
do they
he'll
go?
be better than LaMelo Ball.
How far do they go? If they was to match up against this Knicks squad, who wins?
If he's not infected with this new age disease, they'll be all right.
How far
Nick
do
the
they
Quick.
go? How far do they go?
Let me look at the roster real quick. New Orleans, right?
No, I said Charlotte.
They did the Hornets again. I don't know.
Yeah, Charlotte. Or you can even pick Washington.
Let me see, because Nick Van Exel was cold. Let's see roster.
I'm not saying that he wasn't. I'm in agreement with you there. But my thing is, we never seen him in the 1 role or even in the 2 role.
You mean?
We never seen him in the 2 role. When he was
See.
with the Lakers, he wasn't the 2. It was Eddie Jones.
You replaced Nick the Quick. You replaced the Melo Ball with Nick the Quick. You got Mark Williams, Miles Bridges, Seth Brandon Miller. You said Nurkic over there?
Yeah. You don't have to worry about no tape. Yeah, let me show you how to do that again. It broke. Oh, well then, yeah, you might need some tape.
I think I got some.
But anyway.
I think he'd do better than what LaMelo's doing and running the 1. So I think they'd do a little better here, right here. This is a double-sided tape, but you can use this.
Will they make the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so. Probably scissors. You got some scissors right there. You use them thick scissors. They use those for them. Yeah, I think Nick the Quick. All right, I guess that's the end because we don't have to do that.
You get quiet when you come around.
Like, dog, like, shut up. Like, that's the thing. Like, now, Nick Van Exel plays point. He's a better basketball player than Melo Ball, 100%. So,
1,000%.
running the 1s,
1,000%.
he'd get Mark Williams involved.
Brandon Miller.
All of them. They would be a lot.
The
they'd
other
be
Bridges.
Hey. They'd be a lot better than what, you know what I mean, they is now. But with this going on, we're going to end this because we're not about to have this up in the show. So we're not doing this, man, because I'm going to end up saying some things that shouldn't be on the airwaves. You know what I mean? So we're going to end it here. All right. Nice show. 3 hours. Okay. Nice long one. All right. So we're going to end it here.
Look, you can chop this up real nice. Because we talked about a number of things.
Yeah, so we good, you know what I mean? So we're going to end it here, and then we'll be back again. I don't know when, though. We going to do something, but I don't know when the whole squad thing going to
Look out for the NFC North breakdown of the offseason.
Okay. You going to send me that?
That's the first thing that I'm going to do since I know we up here in Michigan and everybody want to know about the Lions.
Right. Right. Okay, so we're going to end it here. Everybody go to sleep. Good night. All right?
Peace.
Peace.